and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Roll over on the sunny side of the bed. Yeah, we're talking to you. He's Rudy, I'm Rob, and you are on R&R in the morning. Karl Shogan in the darkness, guiding us to 10 o'clock. This is going to be a show today. It's going to be a show. I don't know if it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a different show. You need to, at 9 o'clock, you need to be around a device to watch us live at sasportstar.com. You Facebook, our feed will be going, our YouTube, our Periscope, all that. Yeah. Wherever you consume video, you need to be around it so you can watch us at 9. We are going to have a contortionist on the radio, strangely enough. We're going to have a contortionist come in studio. There's this movie coming out this weekend, Malignant.
Supposed to be a horror film or something?
I don't know. A name like Malignant.
You would think
it's either that or a bad, like, Norwegian death metal band. But Malignant will start this weekend. We're going to have some tickets to give away, some Fandango codes to give away. I don't know what to expect. I talked to the promotions person with the studio that Malignant is being released through. Says, the whole idea is to make the viewer, the watcher, uncomfortable. It kind of fits the theme of the movie. I'm thinking, what would a contortionist do to make me uncomfortable? And my mind
I'm weirded out already.
Went wild.
I don't do good with the double jointed, flip over backwards, crawl out scenes.
The moment this contortion, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman. In your mind, when you say contortionist, what do you expect? Man, I'm thinking something along the lines of Marilyn Manson. That's what I'm expecting to see. And if that happens, Karl will be taking the show.
Yeah,
that last hour.
Depending on what he looks like, Karl, we may switch roles for a segment.
Because
I don't know what buttons to press. Maybe you give me a quick rundown. But if he bends over backwards and crawls out of here.
Or crawls up the side of the wall.
Yeah, man.
Hangs off the ceiling.
Dude, I already sleep bad.
Shows off if he starts climbing up the ceiling.
No, you believe in all this crazy stuff. You should be down with it.
Just because I believe in it doesn't mean I want to see an exorcism happen in the studio.
Karl, truer words.
I'm a horror film guy. Like, I'll give the random horror film on Netflix a go. My 13-year-old, we're both into scary movies. But it's a whole nother thing to see someone go exorcist 5 feet away from me. Because you got to remember, this studio is not, this ain't,
I don't know, man.
This isn't First Take Studio.
No,
it's not that big. So if we gonna be right on top of man or female in here doing, crawl up the wall, conjuring type moves.
Oh man, see, that's what I'm afraid of, man.
But tune in.
I asked the lady she's with New Line Cinema. That's the production studio.
Okay.
I said, well, how much, we're in a radio studio. How much space do we need?
Yeah.
Well, it's a contortionist. How much room do they really need? I thought,
Not only that, this male or female is getting paid to go across the country and bust a few moves.
I don't know. See, that makes me think that this contortionist
don't get close to me
is really good. And a really good contortionist is a terrifying contortionist, I would think. Because by the very definition, joints are going to be dislocated.
So we're right off the bat, the trash can and the chair have to go.
I know that everything that the contortionist can do, there's plenty of room over there by you.
Don't start. Don't start.
I think the lighting is over on your side of the studio. And I think that you need to be there to support.
You know what? I'm going to just click this button. Boom. And now all of a sudden it's dark over here.
Again, 9 o'clock.
Tune in.
Be near a device because things could get weirder on R&R in the morning. Well, I awake this morning. I spent the day yesterday. I had to go to the dentist. I think my dentist stuff is done.
How'd it go? Because this has been 3 years in the making.
This has been a long time in the making, I think, at least for the time being. All the old fillings are gone. All the new ones are in. the variety of deeply painful and ongoing procedures that only seem to prolong and not prevent any kind of problems seem to be finally done.
Yeah, see, I didn't know if this was a thing where it's gonna be like, man, it hurt more than I thought.
Oh, it hurt.
I'm not gonna be able to make it. I didn't know if you're gonna be able to make it today.
You go to the dentist and they anymore you get sunglasses and music. You can watch movies and all this.
They hit you with that needle.
Have you ever actually seen the needle?
No, I refuse to look.
Dude, then they're very good. Most dentists are very good about,
Yeah.
like hiding it, kind of keeping it, behind, and they come
Right.
around an under angle. Well, I had an opportunity to see one of those things. It's right
You
out of
accidentally
I
saw it.
wouldn't be surprised if the contortionist had some. It was like stainless steel. It was like steampunkish, terrifying. Anyway, that wasn't yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday was good, but they were working on a back tooth, last one, and they put in these like wedges into my mouth to wedge your mouth open.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
I actually kind of like it. It kind of takes away the, sometimes it's a fight to keep your mouth
Yeah,
open.
absolutely.
So they wedge this morning I woke up, it's like I overstretched my jaw. It's sore.
See, you take for granted
It's
what it takes.
I'm just glad that's
I'm gonna leave
done,
that
man.
alone. You kind of sore, jaws kind of sore.
Science has progressed in so many ways. Can we come up with a flavor for the fluoride?
That stuff is brutal, man.
It's still, I brushed my teeth, I don't know, 3-4 times since yesterday afternoon.
Trying to get that vibe out.
And that flavor, that medicine-y cough syrup kind of Hawaiian punch.
I hate it.
At least let me, can't we just do chocolate? I mean, why is it's fake flavoring anyway? Why make it taste like a fruit? Make it taste like
just weird. It gives you like this tingly, tingly feeling.
And it's just that lingering kind of acrid, sweet, just fruity, like I drank undiluted Kool-Aid product.
Yeah.
It's still around.
And like,
but I'm better today than I was yesterday, Rudy.
How many? So what else we got to do? When is the follow up?
That's it.
Follow up. That's it.
This has literally been it. I was part of a program. They were, like a study. And they did a thing with a thing that hold. Anyway, it's all done. I'm happy. I'm happy it's complete. And we'll no longer have to worry.
We've been talking about it since I got over here.
So I left yesterday, and as I was driving to Kerrville, which is a whole other story.
Yes, we definitely talk about that. 8:30. Be tuned in for this story.
I got my mount from my hunting trip last year.
Easy.
If you're bored, if you're really looking for some way to fill an afternoon, just go visit a taxidermist. We'll leave it at that. If you want to find something new and unique and interesting that you didn't think existed, but for a variety of horror films, just stop by a taxidermist.
I'm ignorant to it. So I'd had no idea that when you and I think it was you and Jason, we were talking about it, and y'all were telling me some of the pricing that these people do. I had no idea that this business was so booming and made so much money. It takes a long time, and these people are backed up. Again, I'm ignorant to it because I don't hunt.
It is an
art. I didn't know it was that big of a business.
It's an art form. I mean, they truly are artists. Now, whether what I shot is exactly what I got back, I don't know. Maybe.
Great point too.
But it looks
like,
good.
is that you sure that's the deer? It was a year ago.
Because this thing's all clean now, and I don't know. It looks good. But anyway,
looks good.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. And just the taxidermist.
I never been. I don't know if after I heard your story, and I need y'all to hear this story at 8:30. I won't be going. Somebody else gonna have to pick. If I go hunting with you and your brother and Jason at some point, somebody else is going to pick.
We're gentlemen hunters. We're gentlemen hunters.
Meaning,
pull the trigger and next time I touch it, I want it to be attached to a piece of wood that I'm hammering on my door. I don't.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I grew up having to clean and dress a deer. I'd prefer not to have to do that again.
Okay.
Some guys are really good at it, and I never was bad.
Dude, I can't even do that to a fish, let alone a deer.
You can't just rip the bottom lip out and pull all that.
No. I just want to catch it, take a picture with it for Facebook, and throw it back in the water.
Well, that's I know a lot of hunters.
I'm good with that.
Well, honestly, I know hunters that are done pulling the trigger. Still like the outdoors, still like everything that goes along. So they don't hunt with a gun, they hunt with a camera. They go sit in blinds. They sit in blinds, take great pictures. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
I still prefer to
You still, if I'm gonna go out there, I need to pull a trigger.
I need a reason to go to a taxidermist.
Yeah, if I'm going out there taking time out my day, I need to pull a trigger.
Try a shutter. Try hitting the shutter on a camera.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
Yeah, there's nothing. I know, and the pictures is just about as good as a mount. And the problem with taking a camera is you'll have something to back up the lies you tell. You know, if you have a camera, they'll just take a picture of that giant buck that you chose not to shoot, huh?
Right.
So that's the problem with having a camera. Your hunting stories don't have any verification.
You got to have pictures. Or
No, I'd rather not, and just say, well, it was huge. I'm sorry I couldn't get to my camera. It ran. That's
fair.
It's the lore of the lease.
That's fair.
As you're hunting Mungo. All right, let's talk some sports today. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on off the field over at UTSA. Come and take it. Well, they come and took it. It's not going to happen anymore. A petition was begun by UTSA students regarding the phrase "come and take it." Obviously, going back to the 1836 battle in Gonzales regarding a cannon that the Texas militia was holding on to. That they were daring the Mexican army to come and take. So hence, come and take it. The flag, UTSA adopted it back in 2016. Gonzales, the city where it began, it actually kind of began with the mayor there running across our field with the flag. Well,
that's right.
The petition has, they've halted that. And I will always stand by the fact I don't get to decide what doesn't offend you. I don't get to decide that. If you're offended.
I appreciate that about you.
Yeah.
Not everybody's that way.
Well,
I appreciate that about you.
Life is too short. If it offends somebody, we can find something else. It's not like this has only been going on for 5 years. We can find another line to stand in. It ain't going to be that hard. But we do need to kind of address the situation, kind of figure out what is next, because on the broader scheme, the UTSA program is about to blow up. Whatever we come up with might have some.
I think we need to do that. I think what's tomorrow? Thursday. I think Thursday and Friday. I think we need to put our minds together.
I've already come up with something.
See, we're creative types here.
See, I didn't know. I don't want to do curveballs on radio. And then it's like, dude, I don't know. But we need to come up with something to help them.
So they're the Road Runners, right?
Yes.
And they play in 2-1-0.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever been to a Mavericks game, but they play, I think it's Jay-Z Run This Town. So instead of come and take it, another 4 syllables could be run 2-1-0. And they play who's going to run this town tonight. So it's a chant
there we go.
Same line.
I'm going to need to hear it.
Yeah, I got to
hear it. We'll have to put something together.
Run 2-1-0. I like it. I don't love it. It didn't grab me like that's it, but it's a start.
All right.
I like it. I like it.
I'll make a flag.
I feel bad.
I don't know if I can have a Bobcat making the Roadrunner theme or logo or saying. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about a Bobcat doing that. Well, I'm not either. So why should I get to pick? I don't know how to get to pick. But I mean, aren't y'all supposed to be rivals?
I'm more of a UTSA fan at the moment.
He's not getting paid by the Texas State folks anymore.
Translation.
Yeah.
Right. By
translation, UTSA helps keep the lights on.
and at the same time, it's maybe a one-day story to tell you how absolutely dysfunctional it is in that front office over there at San Marcos. But that's that's another time.
Trust me, I'm very aware of the dysfunctional front office there.
So I want to hear Trailer. Trailer talked about this, right?
Yeah, he came on with Minix yesterday afternoon, and I feel bad for Trailer because, he's coming off the biggest win of his coaching career.
And y'all want to talk about come and take it?
Yeah, he's getting ready. What? I'm
trying to get ready for Lamar.
You guys know that when this all happens, I'm in the locker room. I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about. What? We can't? All right, let's not. That would be me. Okay, let's move on. I got a game to get ready for. What are we talking about here?
I wasn't here when they came up with this.
Yeah, I have no pride
before
ownership.
Me. I don't have it tattooed on my back. Like, I just beat Illinois.
Can we talk about that? I just beat
Illinois. I got Lamar this Saturday. I got my first home game this Saturday, and we're talking about a slogan. A slogan? A slogan. But this is the world we live in, man. Everything is up. Everything is up for grabs. Everything is up to be changed. So what up, B? I'm used to this. Like, this is like once a week, something gets taken away.
Oh yeah,
that we've been accustomed to. That I was just like last year, I didn't know about the UT fight song. Like I had no idea. Like I didn't go to UT. I've never been to a UT game. I don't know the words to the song. So I'm like, like I said about taxidermy, I'm ignorant to it. It comes up, I'm like, oh, they don't want that? Oh.
I don't get to decide what upsets you.
But they kept that.
Don't get mad at me for comparing the two. But don't get mad at me for comparing the two,
No,
and
go
not
ahead.
you guys, but the listeners. The swastika, the Nazi symbol, was actually an Indian spiritual emblem, and it was ruined. It's obviously something that means something completely different to an entirely different group of people, but because Hitler used it, that changes how other people
now all of a
perceive
sudden,
it.
now we can't be attached to
No,
that.
you can't. And that is one of the things that you do need to be concerned about when you, I'm not saying capitulate, but when you agree, yes, there is a negative connotation and certainly a negative history. Not all encompassing negative, but there's enough negativity there to warrant the discussion. But once you give it away, once you say fine, you can't get it back.
Can't get it back.
Once it's gone, much like the Indian symbol for spirituality, whatever that was, once it became the swastika and nobody said, wait a minute, that wasn't the origin of this. The origins is something completely different. It's better. It's good. Why are we going to let this take it away forever? Well, we let it go, and now it's done. You'll never see a swastika on anything that is worth anything ever again. Once you go, you can't use come and take it. You can't bring it back. That's where we sit. I'm not saying that we want to or need to, but just understand when you give up that fight, when you let it go, there's a line in a U2 song that about Helter Skelter said, Manson took it away. We're taking it back. And wanted to bring that phrase back. Well, once you take it away, once you come and take it goes.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
At least for our generation, at least for the foreseeable future. Hey, let's get you all caught up on the headlines. I know we have kind of diverged, but we are only about 48 hours away. Just less than that. I'd say 36 hours away, just about exactly, from the Dallas Cowboy kickoff. We'll have it live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. And tomorrow is going to be a full and exciting Dallas Cowboy day. Halftime, we'll be live at Twin Peaks on Days of Olive for 2 hours, and we're bringing our swag. We got tickets galore, and then the Blitz will be live.
Scenic views.
And Hills and Dales right up the road. So join us in Twin Peaks early. Stay there with all your friends alike mine for all the game stuff. But Hills and Dales at 4 o'clock. Jason Minix and the Blitz will be live. Let's get you caught up on all your headlines. Karl, what do we got?
Here's the 411 in the 210.
Headline 2, New Orleans Saints release running back Latavius Murray, and they promote Tony Jones Jr. to serve as a backup. In related news, guess who picked up Tony Jones Jr. last night in the fantasy league?
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Good stuff.
So,
damn, I got to keep my eye on this stuff.
You need to right now. This is where championships are won. Latavius Murray, I think as we sit right now, is a better running back than Le'Veon Bell. Can we agree on that?
Agreed.
So Le'Veon Bell just signed, or was about to, practice squad deal, but he'll be on the roster with the Ravens. I still believe Latavius Murray will end up a Raven.
Dude, he's coming off a year where he averaged over 4 yards a carry. New Orleans tried to pull a fast one on the guy because it's like, at a certain day, you had certain monies. I don't know. It was a salary cap punk move on the Saints' part. Like, hey, by the way, we don't want to pay you tomorrow, so can you restructure? You know what I'm saying? The NFL, I love it, but it's a dirty pool place. It's a place of some dirty pool, man, and that was dirty pool by the Saints. They just assumed that Murray would, I guess give in and say, oh, you know what? I do want my job. It is, and it's like the season starts this week, so they're figuring, what's he gonna do?
Right,
walk out? Hell no, who's going to pick him up? So they try to pull a fast one, and Murray's like, no, actually, I've taken care of my money. I don't have to put up with y'all stuff. But when he got released, Rob, my first thought was the Ravens.
Makes sense. He's a hard runner, man.
And he's a big dude. He's like a little smaller than Derrick Henry. So that lets you know how big he is.
I think if you're of the mind, I'd go get me some Latavius. He's going to land pretty quick. Moving on.
Headline 1, this one is a little bit more in depth. The Broncos quarterbacks tried to fool the COVID system in 2020, but were caught on surveillance camera. If you recall, the Denver Broncos had to start a practice squad wide receiver at quarterback against the Saints last season. Broncos fans might remember that one. Kendall Hilton, who played some quarterback in college, and he proceeded to go 1 of 9 for 13 yards, 2 interceptions, and a 31-3 shellacking at home. So apparently, John Elway, Denver's president of football operations, made several frustrated pleas to Roger Goodell to postpone the Sunday game until Tuesday when the quarterbacks would be available. But the league denied those requests because surveillance video from Denver's facility showed the quarterbacks had tried to fool the system by removing their contact tracing devices, putting them in the four corners of the meeting room, and then they sat together to watch film, and that close contact automatically made them ineligible to play.
Did they not know that there was cameras in there and that the NFL would have access to those cameras?
I guess not, yeah.
You know they were lying. Like,
and I remember Broncos fans were mad because, keep in mind, the NFL like postponed a Ravens game like 2 or 3 times because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So Bronco fans were like, what? Why are they doing this to us? Why are they doing this? First of all, y'all sucked anyways. That one game didn't ruin y'all season. Y'all were bad anyways. But I remember Bronco fans being up in arms like the NFL hates us. They're trying to make an example of us. No, they had a little information that we didn't have. Your quarterback's supposed to be behind the offensive line. They're supposed to be the smartest guys in the room.
They thought they were smart.
Not so. That's not the case.
But it is
in Denver. And Drew Lock was a part of that group. The other 3 guys, I get it, whatever. But Drew Lock's a part of that group. Like, y'all really thought y'all could outsmart them? Like, and what's wrong with sitting in 4 corners and watching the tape? Did y'all have to sit leg to leg Indian style and watch tape? Like, why did y'all want to sit right next to each other anyways? I hate when someone comes and sits next to me and there's available seats. Like, bro, why are you up on me? There's like 7 seats available. This is the NFL facility. Why are y'all sitting up under each other anyways? But now it explains why they're so bad. Like, again, they're supposed to be the smartest man in the room, and that's not so smart. Cameras everywhere.
But looking back, I know that Goodell was trying to prove a point.
Absolutely.
But remember that game? That was the dumbest damn thing to be put on television by a professional sports league. Just roll that out. Like, well,
ugly.
You guys got to go do that. That, you know, I know that the NFL is more of a trial and error kind of thing, that they will, the Ray Rice thing, then the Zeke thing, they jump to, and then they go too far and they have to back things up. I'm pretty sure that if Goodell could do it over again, they wouldn't roll that out for the viewing public.
What do you think he would do?
I think that I would do something.
Fine him and then let him play regularly.
But to force the viewing public, your fan, the Denver Bronco fan, had to watch a backup wide receiver who hadn't taken a snap since high school.
He wasn't even the starting wide receiver
in the NFL play a game. I think that they had to do it over again.
He wanted to embarrass them. Now that we know the full story, he wanted to embarrass them. Don't play with us about this COVID stuff.
I'd have just dropped the video and fined the hell out of them instead of forcing us.
Oh, I want to see the video.
Oh,
I want to see the video of them laughing as they're putting their little monitors in the corner like, we outsmarted them.
They lay the little picnic blanket down in the middle of the room.
It would be funny with no sound in black and white. They're laughing. They think they've gotten over. All the while, we sit like, yo, bro, you know I see you, right?
There's a film? You got cameras in here? You know, they're thinking, what else did I do in here?
So I'm guessing because of COVID, Rob, that each meeting room for NFL purposes has to have cameras, because I don't think they would just normally have cameras. You think is that a COVID protocol thing, or is it just a thing?
If it wasn't a thing, it is now.
Yeah, because we got to see
somebody.
Well, I guess a contact tracing. So like, oh, he was in this room. We saw him and he has it. So these 4 guys that were in there, y'all are out too. So I'm guessing that's a COVID camera thing, because it's kind of.
But they had the monitors on. They had the proximity monitors already.
Right.
So why would you have video and the proximity monitors unless they were afraid of it?
It's creepy to be walking around a building full of cameras.
We do that here.
Welcome to the casa.
Well, no, I know. I see them, but it's like, damn, it's still weird.
Oh, that's true.
Well, in a radio studio, you need to have the cameras on.
You got to have the cameras on.
Just for comedic, just to catch up. Moving on.
And headline 0, it's the Ben Simmons rumor of the day. This one comes courtesy of NBA insider Mark Stein, who reported in a newsletter on his Substack, which is a new website for writers if y'all aren't familiar with it.
Substack?
Yes. That the Cavaliers have been particularly focused on trading for Simmons, joined the club, and might have recently added a new piece who could be used in the deal. From Mark Stein, he says, I liked the Cavaliers' recent acquisition of Lauri Markkanen, even though the Cavs drafted Evan Mobley and just re-signed Jared Allen, because they added Markkanen on a team-friendly contract. That'll be easy to be traded if needed. This is no small thing when league sources say that Cleveland continues to keep its hat in the ring to pry Ben Simmons away from the Sixers. Making a deal just to add a theoretical trade asset didn't exactly work for the acquisition of Andre Drummond, since Cleveland was unable to find a subsequent deal to move Drummond on, but its options on Markkanen, develop him or move him later, figure to be more favorable, and that is the stretches we go to say that is the Ben Simmons rumor of the day.
It is.
Once a week we have a rumor.
Once a week, daily, I think, anymore.
Yeah.
I like
Cleveland.
What they've done. I'll tell you, it'll cost them a Markkanen, probably a Jared Allen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Maybe a Colin Sexton. I mean,
I might want to roll the dice and trust the process on what I've been building. Because we talked about it, on halftime yesterday, Karl. Like, these teams that have been drafting top 5 for 10 years, eventually they're going to get it right. And I think Cleveland is on the path to getting it right. Why blow it up for a guy that you could come in and you don't know if it's going to work? Like why not trust the process on what you've built before you blow it up?
It's a disjointed roster.
And that's not a diss to Ben Simmons.
No.
Yeah,
I think, but when you look at what Cleveland's done, they've acquired some talent, but it's disjointed. When you look at
Talk to me about disjointed. Why you feel that way?
When you look at Evan Mobley,
okay,
who looks to have every bit of
he's that athletic big you love.
Then they've got Jared Allen, who's kind of a rim protector, but they do kind of play in the same space. And that's the whole reason Ben Simmons is available, because 2 stars can't play in the same space.
Yeah.
Then Ricky Rubio is I guess.
Oh, Rubio's over there?
Yeah, he's there.
Colin Sexton,
young bull.
There's another youngster wing that they picked up. I don't want to say the year before last.
Damian Dotson they picked up.
Yeah.
Darius Garland, I think, has got some potential there. But you look at Darius Garland, that's a disjointed roster. So I do believe that they have plans to make a move. Now, whether it's to go get Ben Simmons, it just doesn't feel like this is a winning roster. It's a roster with a bunch of talent, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No. It's like, because I see what you're saying with Allen and Mobley, because it's like one of those things where Allen is not a stretch. Allen's not a guy that's going to step out on the wing or on the 3. So can him and Mobley kind of play together? And is there room for Colin Sexton to work now? Exactly. Is there room for him to operate? So I get where you're coming from.
And I'm not sure how much they love Sexton. I've certainly been a fan, but you look at what Damian Dotson is capable of at guard, and who else did they bring in? They've got a young point guard as well. Come to me in a sec. Oh, it's Darius Garland, who had a great rookie year out of Vandy. See, disjointed. They've got a lot of talent at just
overlapping talent.
It just doesn't seem to fit. So
is Mobley a stretch, Rob? I don't know. I didn't watch him yet.
I didn't play. He can stretch.
Okay,
he can. He looks like he'll never be a paint player, but he's 18 and in. He's got a nice shot and good handles. Moving around, we got it all.
Stuff, Karl.
We got it all taken care of. Hey, we come back. Let's talk about Jeff Traylor and the situation he finds himself. What is UTSA to do? Their 5-year-old's slogan, "Come and take it," has been taken. We'll figure out what UTSA is doing. Hear from the coach himself. Coming up next here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Well, San Antonio, we did it. Hit 100 degrees, and the expectation is next couple of days it's going to stay hot. Summer's not done. Even though we're into September, we still got many hot days to come. And if you're worried about your AC, or if it just suddenly collapses, you need to have a man in a business, a guy you can trust. That is Service First AC and Plumbing. Service First has been my plumber, my air conditioning techs for quite some time now, and what they do is extraordinary. The most important thing for me is trustworthiness. I need to make sure that I can rely on my first responder. When I have a problem, one dial of 210 No Sweat brings to me everything that I'm chasing. Fast, reliable, proactive techs, trusted. They specialize in emergencies. They're open 24/7, 365. You dial 210 No Sweat. Anytime, day or night, they are going to answer, and they're going to be out promptly. And if it's your business, they know the value of staying open and being available to your customers. If you're home, well, heck, they understand how bad that can be. If your air conditioning is on its last legs, dial 210 No Sweat right now and save yourself some money. You get half off your service call and your summer tune-up just to wind the summer down and prepare for the oncoming cool fall and winter months. Now, it's still hot now. It's going to stay hot for a bit, but it will cool off. The Farmer's Almanac says it's going to be a cold, long, wet winter. If you're worried about your heat, call them right now at 210 No Sweat and get half off that service call and set up that scheduled maintenance that will add life to your current air conditioner. It's only going to get hotter here in San Antonio, and if you're not comfortable with your air conditioner, you need to have 210 No Sweat in your phone. I do. They're my guys in the business, and I want that for you. You want to check out some more information, go to the website servicefirstactx.com. Tons and tons of 5-star reviews. Go see them for yourself. What are you going to do when your air conditioning breaks? I'll tell you what I do. I put 210 No Sweat in my phone. I dial it, and I am taken care of. You do the same, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
It was an exciting night for Texas MLB teams Tuesday night. The Houston Astros took Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners 5-4 in extra innings. The Astros trailed by 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth. That's when Alex Bregman hit a 2-run homer to tie the game at 4. And in the 10th, Carlos Correa hit a ground rule double walk-off to score Yuli Guerrero from second on initial placement. The rubber match between Seattle and Houston is a getaway game with the first pitch slated for 1:10 this afternoon. The Texas Rangers extended their winning streak to 3 games with a 3-1 victory against the Diamondbacks in Arizona last night. Jordan Lyles got the win as he pitched 7 innings and only allowed 1 run off 3 hits. It's just a 2-game series for the Rangers in Arizona. Game 2 will be played today at 2:40. Those are your baseball headlines. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoen.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Hey, San Antonio, it's time to get out and grill. This is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Summer is here, and no backyard barbecue is complete without Kielbasa sausage. We handcraft them the old-fashioned way, the same way we have since 1949. You may want to buy a little extra because your family and guests will be coming back for seconds. Try us today. Find Kielbasa sausage at a store near you.
An accident with a company car, truck, SUV, van, or fleet vehicle is not just another car accident. Thomas J. Henry handles serious company vehicle accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
If you think the COVID vaccine alone will protect you from the coronavirus, think again. As the deadly disease breaks through to people who are vaccinated, it's critical to take a reliable temperature reading with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It's the only thermometer whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies versus the non-contact devices that have no supporting studies and produce a false sense of security. Vaccines are not enough, and thermometer accuracy matters. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMS was our answer. HIMS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/love. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/love. That's forhims.com/love for your free online visit. forhims.com/LOVE.
Start fall with everything to do business better during Dell Technologies Labor Day event. Save up to 45% on select business PCs with Windows 10 Pro. Power your workday with savings on Dell servers, monitors, docks, and other accessories, plus free shipping on everything. Do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL for business specials during Dell's Labor Day event.
Goodyear believes in the power of moving forward. No matter if it's on the track, the court, or the field, movement makes us want to be more. It pushes us to go further, to show the world what we can do. Movement has the unique ability to change our perspective, to challenge us, to work for a better tomorrow. Movement can even bring us together when we're still. Because if we're focused on the next move, we don't have to worry about what's behind us. Goodyear, more driven.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the Morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig driving us till 10 o'clock. Boy, tomorrow's going to be a fun day.
Tomorrow, oh yeah, I can't
Tomorrow's
wait.
just going to be awesome. Kicks off the NFL season. Dallas Cowboys front and center. So will be the San Antonio Sports Star. This is what we got for you. Tomorrow at noon, Twin Peaks out on Days of Olive and I-10. My home court, as I like to say.
I like that, Rob.
We're going to be live. Karl and I getting you ready for football. And above and beyond that, we're bringing all kinds of swag and things to give away. We'll have Pitbull tickets, Paradise Canyon tickets. And who knows what else we're going to find. I'm going to have some movie passes, I'm pretty sure, from Malignant.
Try to win those Paradise Canyon tickets, people. Very cool place. Super cool place. Clear water is flowing. I don't like those rivers that water just stand in. That's how you get a parasite in your ear. You don't have that problem at Paradise Canyon.
So, yeah, and then at 4 o'clock, we'll be out. Minix will have the Blitz will be out at Hills and Dales. There's 1604, just a little bit to the west of Babcock. If you haven't been out there, it's a great outdoor party bar, great Dallas Cowboy locale. Don't forget that San Antonio Sports Stars, your home for the Dallas Cowboys, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and E-Wall Kubota. That's a fine tractor right there. The UTSA huge win should not be overshadowed by yesterday's news, but it is worthy of just a brief discussion.
Okay.
If you're unaware, the UTSA football program has adopted the slogan, "Come and take it," that of the Texas independence battles out in Gonzales, a flag, the snake and the cannon. It has been used at halftime. We got a little cannon. We fired off. It's pretty cool. It really reflects Central South Texas, our battle for independence and all things Texas. Well, there is a negative connotation there. I mean, we were battling for independence, and the state of Texas did enter the Union as a slave state. So there is obviously history involved. And I will stand by this till the end of time. I don't get to choose what offends you. I don't get to tell you don't be offended by that. If you're offended, you're offended. Sometimes you just got to be offended and just swallow it and move on. Others, when there's a rightful decision and there's a mass make a move, then we got to kind of abide by that. And UTSA was very quick at this. There had been a petition that had begun by UTSA students talking about the negative connotation, the history of come and take it. Slave ownership, it's been adopted by white supremacist groups over the last several years, and I can understand you don't want to have that at your football game. So it's done. Coach Traylor, though, he's got other issues. He's got other priorities, and what goes on at halftime is the least of which. So you can imagine how he felt when he found out. This is him yesterday with Jason Minix on the Blitz.
Did you know this was coming, or you got an email and went, well, crap?
I found out at noon. Actually, that's not true. Our SID let me know right after 11 or so that the president had made this decision. And we got through practicing, right about 10:15 or 10:30. So I haven't seen my kids yet. We'll meet in the morning. We start at 5:40 getting taped. I'll get my leadership council in here, fill them in on the president's decision. and get their opinions so I can get back with Dr. Compost and just let her know how those guys are feeling.
Long
So
story short,
I don't give a damn. I'm trying to go 9-3.
It's difficult.
It's one of those things like, if we keep it, cool. If we don't, cool. That's where I think to me, that's what Traylor sounded like. Like, yo, I'm gonna let him know. He didn't really have an opinion either way. He just said, hey, I just found out. They made the decision. I'm gonna talk to the kids in the morning. That's basically what he said. He didn't come out like, hey, I'm happy this happened or I'm disappointed this happened. So basically, it's like, yo, I got games to win.
I'm Aggie. I don't know if y'all knew this.
I had no idea.
I'm sorry.
For real?
I've kept that back for a long time. But we've become close enough, Rudy. I feel like I can start peeling the onion.
Let me in, Rob.
And let you into my life. And I appreciate Texas A&M. I'll tell you what, man. Being a head football coach, especially in a program on the rise like UTSA is, you do have to pay very close attention to that because, like at Texas A&M, if we do it twice, we call it a tradition.
If it's twice,
we've done it a couple times, man. We did that yesterday. We got to do it again. That's good luck. So there is the management and of the growth of the program in its entirety, and it's going to fall to the head coach most of the time because he isn't, he's the face of the program. So while it seems insignificant, it does matter what UTSA does. It does matter in starting traditions that your young fans and old fans can meet together and kind of, carry that with them. For A&M, it is that long chain to know that what I'm doing, the yell that I'm doing, the third quarter hullabaloo that we're doing, everything that Aggies do, I know that the Aggies that were here 20 years ago were doing the same thing. And it kind of gives you that long line of history and lore where we all are together as alumni or fans because we're doing the same things that mom and dad did and what grandpa did and what everybody did 50 years ago. So that there is some importance, especially with a program. This has only been around for 5 years. We'll forget about it.
Yeah, this is not something that's like been going on like the UT fight song, however long that's been going on. There's things, there's a lot of things that we've discontinued that went on way longer than UTSA's come and take it.
But we do need to replace it with something. There needs to be something that we can hang our hat on. So for the next 2 days,
Karl already started the party.
Brain trust that is R&R and the crack promotions and marketing team that we can gather together from the myriad of very intelligent people that come and go through this building. We're going to come up with something.
Run it up.
Run it up.
Oh,
I like that.
Run it up. Like, hey, we're trying to run the score. Run it up.
I have a feeling that the 2-1-0, the pyramid of power, the rhombus of activity, whatever.
Triangle of toughness.
Triangle of toughness.
Rhombus, triangle of toughness. Y'all on fire this morning. Y'all waking me up.
I can never remember.
Rhombus.
Coach Trailers. It's the triangle of toughness. See, in my mind, it should be the pyramid of power.
I like that too. POP.
The circle of trust.
You down with POP?
There's a variety of geometric shapes that we can use to form some kind of motivational thing. We just need to work on it. We're very much up against that. We need to talk about
use rhombus more often. Work that in. Can you work that in a couple times a week?
If you're not a geometry teacher and you can manage to work rhombus into your conversation, I will buy you a cup of coffee.
I forget you're married to a teacher. I forget, so like there's just certain
teaching
things.
First graders.
Okay.
I don't think first graders are dealing with the rhombi, with the square footage of a rhombus. I think that's like what is a rhombus exactly? That's like a square that's kind of tilted.
Yeah, it's kind of
got to an angle.
Karl, you got to know that.
You were most recently collegiately educated.
Pretty sure a rhombus is a tool that you use on maps and stuff like that.
Oh, a rhombus is a geometric shape.
Yeah, it's a shape.
Okay, then I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it might that tool might be that shape.
Yeah, who knows?
But, I have this wonderful device in front of me, and I'm looking at a rhombus, and yes, it is kind of a
what's it like? A tilted square?
It's kind of a tilted square. It looks kind of like a diamond.
Yeah.
If you're looking for the actual to discern the area of a rhombus, it's A equals P over Q.
Don't do this
divided by 2.
Don't do this to me.
P being the diagonal, Q being the diagonal.
Yeah, my 8th grader tries to give me her homework sometimes. I'm like, if you don't log on and ask a friend, I ain't been to school in 30 years.
I would just like to thank all for the Khan Academy for getting me and my boys through high school, because they left me. Coming back, let's talk some Dallas Cowboys. No negative tests yet coming from Zach Martin. Let's hope that does occur. Tampa Bay getting ready. We'll look at the keys to victory coming up next here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star. We're glad you're with us here on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio. I think that's important because if you're living in pain, you need to make sure you can get yourself out of it as quickly as possible. And that's what Arasti, their providers, specialize in. You know, Rudy and I were out at the Arasti Training Academy a little over a week ago, and one of the things that struck us was the passion that we found with everybody that was there in training. Another bit about Arasti that you might not be aware of: to become an Arasti provider, you have to be already a certified and active healthcare professional. You already are either a DO, an orthopod, or something in the medical community that you're already trained. Arasti is like a master's level. It's a doctorate level kind of thing, above and beyond typical medical training. And what do they learn? Well, they learn how to get you out of pain quickly. Sprains and pulls can be taken care of in a remarkably short amount of time. You've got lower back issues like I do. Not only will they get you out of pain, they will teach you how to stay out of pain. Their hands-on approach to improve the healing potential of your body and target the area and the surrounding tissues that are causing you pain is unrivaled, unmatched. So good at what they do. 99.7% of all Arasti patients say they happily recommend Arasti to their friends and family. There is no higher recommendation than that of a friend or a family member. They accept most insurances, and when you call, you will never need a referral. Write this number down: 1-800-404-6050. 1-800-404-6050. No long-term treatment plans. This is not about something expensive and ongoing that will only prolong whatever the problem is. We're talking about getting you out of pain in a short amount of time. On average, they've studied it. 3.2 visits get you back in the game. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. You can get it fixed in a remarkably short amount of time and get yourself back into life. Call an Arasti provider today. Get yourself taken care of, and then I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Get the latest scores and more from high school football online anytime at 210varsity.com. Sponsored by the San Antonio Express News. San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's always smart to shop at Diamonds Direct, but right now it's smarter than ever with 5 years, 0 interest financing and no money down on any purchase. No kidding, it's the best offer ever. Keep your money and finance the entire purchase, even the tax, for 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Get a $10,000 certified diamond for only $168 a month. It's definitely the smart way to buy, so don't miss it. On approved credit, details at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, at the shops at La Cantera.
Vaccines are not enough, and accurate thermometers are essential for everyone. COVID is once again a major concern, and fever is the key symptom for both the flu and COVID. An accurate thermometer, like the Exergen temporal scanner, is essential to detect fevers early and reliably. Studies have shown that non-contact thermometers are ineffective and therefore dangerous, as they create a false sense of security. Exergen is working with a single focus to ensure that everyone who needs an accurate thermometer can purchase one. Learn more at exergen.com.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. Having some starting trouble? We can help you out. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a charge, we can help with that too. And if you need a new battery, we've got a wide selection of replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And we're the only place you can find proven tough Duralast batteries, including Duralast Platinum with AGM and EFB technology. That's why we're America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
Sunday! It's the savings event of the season. Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-A-Thon. Your chance to save big by bundling your home and auto insurance. But only this Sunday! Unless you're busy, in which case you can bundle Tuesday. Or if you already have dinner plans, then try Friday. But if the week gets away from you, you can just wait till next Sunday. Because Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extravafesta Save-A-Thon isn't going anywhere. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Saturday afternoons mean one thing: college football.
Oh my God!
Hear games from all Power 5 conferences all season long every Saturday from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Jay Will and Zubin on San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Thanks for sitting in with us.
Yes, sir.
Dallas Cowboys kick off the NFL season tomorrow night. Kick will be about 7:20.
Yep.
We'll take you live all the way to kick as Jason Minix will be live from Hills and Dales. Come out and have a good time with us. If you're free during the day, want to take an extended businessman lunch from noon to 2, Karl and myself will be out at Twin Peaks, the De Zavala location, my home field, from noon to 2. And, of course, when Sports Star hits the road, we bring our swag. Come out and have a good time with us and win something. And let's get ready for a Cowboys game tomorrow night. Now, the good news yesterday, Cowboys got back together and practiced. Everybody practiced. Lael Collins, full practice.
I'm shocked considering that was a neck, but it was a neck stinger. So it looks like he's going to play.
Well, yes, and thank goodness. I'll tell you that when I first saw that on Friday, that was of great, great concern. Now, Zach Martin is, by what we're hearing, it appears is vaccinated. Because now the Cowboys are not closing the door, that's the term they're using, on Zach playing tomorrow night, but there needs to be 2 negative tests. So I imagine they're...
hear me out. Everybody hear me out. In the grand scheme of things, everything that we've gone through with the death toll and everything, like not having symptoms is a great thing, right? But when you're talking about, we're just talking about just Zach Martin, like you got to be frustrated if you're Zach, if you feel fine, but you're still testing positive like that. And I'm just talking football. The grand scheme of COVID, hey, not being in the hospital on a ventilator is the goal.
Yes.
Okay. I fully understand that. I'm just speaking. This is a sports show. I'm just speaking of Zach Martin trying to get on the field. If you're Zach and you're like, damn, I feel fine, but I still haven't got those. I can't get a negative test. That just in the grand scheme of football, that has to stink.
Watching Lane Kiffin have to sit at home.
And he looked fine.
Yeah. Sounded fine, looked fine, everything. Watching him and just, can you imagine?
That sucks.
As a football
coach, in sports wise, that sucks.
You have 12 opportunities a year. That's it. The other 40, you're looking forward to the 12.
Mm-hmm.
And to not go out and get that first one, that's got to be agony. I can't imagine for us on radio to know that I'm perfectly able, I'm willing, I'm capable of coming on air. I need to do this. And to be told, no, man, there's a test that you can't even tell for something that you don't even feel that tells us you can't be here. Yeah,
Lane was like, he had the leather helmet on. He was flexing. It was, Lane was at home having a good old time. He didn't look like he was sick at all.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in pretty good shape too.
They're coming for your boys, Rob.
They're coming, and we'll talk a lot about it tomorrow. Yeah. But I think I'm not about kissing your sister. I'm not about ties, and I'm not about moral victories.
But I hear but.
There's wins and losses, and that's the final measure no matter what. But even if the Cowboys were at absolute full capacity, this was going to be difficult.
For sure.
So as we prep for tomorrow, I think we need to say, winning's the thing. The only thing that matters is the W. And I don't care how the hell you get it. Just get it and we'll move on. But maybe we should quantify what a successful game will be minus the W.
I think that's a bit, but yeah, we should attack that,
because
I'm down with that.
If they don't have Zach Martin, that's already one hand tied behind their back, and what needed to be perfect now becomes just about an impossible thing to match, to find perfection without your best player, not your best offensive player, your best player on the team. So it's going to be hard anyway. What is success? Is it an offense that we see roll up 350 yards, but for a couple of turnovers that could have been more touchdowns? This is a defense that suddenly goes, that you look at and go, you know what, I can expect from this defense to not really ever give up more than 20 points.
A possession, losing by a touch, less than a touchdown. It comes down to the last possession. Tom Brady goes 40 yards, puts him in field goal range. You lose by 3. Like I'm still expect a competitive football game is a success considering everything that's at stake. Zeke didn't play in the preseason. He's coming off his worst year. Dak's playing his first game in forever. No Zach Martin possibly. You have a defense that is in a new system now with new moving pieces. So, there's a lot going on around the team. So only thing you can hope for is a competitive game where, basically, I hate to be that guy, but cover the 8. You know what I mean?
No, it's it.
No,
Just cover.
Just look like a team that's like, okay, I see it. Like, I get it. We got some cobwebs and stuff on the car. It needed a little jump. The battery needed a little jump. But don't come out and get your faces beat in. That's all I ask. Because they're a true contender. I'm going to stick by that until it looks like they're not. But they're a true contender. Just come out and compete.
What's more important in your mind? And this is kind of broad stroke things than just your perception of what football or basketball games look like. What's more important for the Cowboys tomorrow night? Is it a highly successful first 8 minutes of the first quarter where they get themselves in rhythm and find it? Or is it a third quarter where they step in and we see what the coaching looks like and what the reaction and the alterations of their game plan looks like? First or third quarter in your mind?
I'm going to say third because, again, who knows what the first quarter, who knows what the first half is going to look like. And the thing about it is with the Cowboys, we know at some point in the next few weeks that offense is going to look like a machine. At some point, the offense, with all those weapons, Dak being who he is, the offensive line at full strength, at some point, that offense is going to be not unstoppable, but they're going to be able to put up points. So with me, because the biggest thing that I just couldn't stand under the Garrett era was there was no adjustments. Like, this is who we are in the first quarter. This is who we're going to be in the fourth quarter. So with me, because again, 2020 for me was kind of not a wash, but it's like, I don't know how to take that. But so I gave McCarthy a mulligan. So for me with McCarthy, it's going to be like, okay, can you get us if I'm a Cowboy fan, can you get us out of the era where, like, okay, we look bad in the first half, but can we come back out in the third quarter and adjust to what we've been struggling with? So with me, by far, because I had 10 years of no adjustments, by far it's the third quarter.
What would you rather see? Zeke with 200 total offense, or Micah Parsons and that defense with 3 sacks? What would be more important in your mind?
3 sacks and a turnover. I want a turnover because, again, they're supposed to be fixing all the things that ail them. They could not create turnovers. And that's, to me, more important. Like, okay, can we see any glimpses of this defense making some strides away from what they were last year? So I would take, because, again, I think Dak is probably going to throw for 4,000 yards when it's all said and done. So I'll take Micah Parsons looking like the stud that he looks like he's going to be, and a turnover, because Tom will turn it over. He's shown us that. He will turn it over. And again, we're assuming that they're going to come out just clicking on all cylinders. But again, emotions will be flying high. Some guys are going to be feeling themselves. They know the Cowboy. They know Dak hasn't played. They know Zach Martin's not playing. And sometimes those end up being trap games.
I agree.
So we can't just assume that Tampa's just going to come out and look like the team that they played in February. That was a long time ago. That was like 6-7 months ago. So I'm definitely going to go with Micah Parsons and a turnover.
In the 8 o'clock, the Spurs got busy yesterday. A couple of contracts were signed. No surprise there. We'll look toward the Dallas Cowboys again, looking at the injury report. If you're a PGA golfer and you play too fast, there could be a $10,000 fine. Great story, funny prank, and really a well-played golf game for someone who's running up and down 18 holes.
For real.
And don't forget, in about an hour, we've got a contortionist that's coming into studio. I know this is radio, but we do have a video component. We need you to be watching for this because this could be weird. It's a movie coming out Friday called Malignant. The New Line Cinema is out promoting the movies. They wanted to have a contortionist in studio. So we said yes. 9 o'clock, find your device. Make sure you're watching. Coming back. Cowboys talk, Spurs talk, and we'll look around the rest of the sporting world. You're on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio's Sports Star. You're on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I know that we're coming off one of the 4 majors last weekend. I'm sure everybody put some money on the grill, and if you did, I want you to take a picture of that meat, upload it at sasportstar.com, and Thursday, just before the Dallas Cowboys kick off, Jason Menix is going to give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market as you show off what you did. A great meal starts with great meat, and let me tell you about Tri-County Meat Market. They're locally owned. They're full service. Tri-County has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, and upper choice. They've got a ranch down in Floresville. Dean and Peeler Meats. We're talking about locally sourced Wagyu. Fork to table. It's forking good. Trust me. They got everything you need for your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and more. The 5 for $25 deal that Tri-County has is the best deal in all of San Antonio. That's worth the trip on its own. Basically, they have a section of their meat market set aside for vegetables, canned goods, sundries, and meats. 5 different items for $25. You will save a lot of money. It will fill your cupboard and get you a couple of meals every week. It is worth the visit just for that. Tri-County offers a 10% discount for our military and first responders, police, firemen, and EMT. 2 great locations. Ralph Fair Road, just outside of 1604, headed out I-10 over on Huebner. Both open, waiting for you. Fantastic for all of your grilling and all of your eating needs, man. They've got everything you need. Head over to Tri-County today, get your service and all taken care of, and thank me later.
Cowboys football is not a gentle game. Cowboys football is not soft. Cowboys football is war. Just don't use that helmet as a weapon. When you want total Cowboys football coverage, get it here on the home of the Dallas Cowboys radio network. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 5,000 people died in workplace accidents in 2019 alone. Thomas J. Henry handles serious workplace accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Visit tjhlaw.com/radio, San Antonio, Texas.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
Hey, Cowboy fans, Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys and San Antonio Sports Star, are throwing the biggest viewing party ever. Head out to Hills and Dale's Ice House on Thursday for a live broadcast of the Blitz from 4 to 7. Then watch the Cowboys take on the Buccaneers. We'll have hourly drawings from 4 to 7 to win Cowboys game tickets, a Miller Lite Cowboys OtterBox cooler, Drew Pearson Hall of Fame standee, and other great prizes. And enjoy 16-ounce cans of Miller Lite during the game for just $3. That's Thursday at Hills and Dale's Ice House.
New surveys show that Americans don't think vaccines are enough to protect themselves and others from COVID-19. 80% want thermometers used in public places to screen for COVID-19. 36% know that non-contact devices are inaccurate, and 60% would not recommend that friends or family members enter places that screen with them. To be safe, use Exergen at home, at work, and in public. It's the only thermometer proven accurate by more than 100 published clinical studies. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1 million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks. Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. Score sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. With select apps available for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks Happy Hour is the move.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit, and this season, with the help from our friends from the College Football Playoff in Eckridge, we're going to crown the first ever national tailgate champion.
I haven't washed my lucky apron since the big game in '96.
Oh, yeah?
My tailgate hot sauce hits harder than a linebacker.
Well, honey, you haven't lived till you've had my Eckrich smoked sausage cheese dip.
Now I'm fired up. Are you the national tailgate champion? Eckrich, you do you.
Eckrich is an official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Hence 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit eckrich.com/tailgate.
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system means better gas mileage for your car. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $8. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. For a clean, lubricated, more fuel-efficient system, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
So sticky.
At Hannah's Organic Honey, business may be sweet, but they need an e-commerce queen bee to lead the hive.
Okay, these jars are going to Jakarta. Oh, wait a minute. Does that say Jackson?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome on to San Antonio Sports Star. It's R&R in the morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening completes the team. We're going till 10 o'clock, and we got a interesting 2 hours of radio headed your direction. About an hour from now, we've got a unique performance heading into the radio ranch. There's a new movie coming out on Friday called Malignant. I think it's a feel-good tale. I think it's about young kids. I don't know. Malignant sounds terrifying, and the idea of a contortionist in studio is starting to feel weirder and weirder. If that's possible, we'll have him in I say him. I assume it's a male, could be female, whatever. We'll have a contortionist in studio. What does that mean to you? Find a device in an hour, whether it's your phone, your iPad, your laptop, whatever it might be. Go to sasportstar.com. You can watch this live there. Our Facebook feed will be happening. We don't know what to expect, quite frankly.
I'm watching the trailer. I'm watching the trailer as we speak.
It's disconcerting.
This is I don't know, man. I might bail. I might go do Trey Ware.
Sorry, man.
I might go do I might go do Trey Ware.
You're in it, man. Segment. I'm sorry. You're in it. You're gonna have to hold the holy water. You're gonna
shame. Overthrowing holy water. I actually have some holy water at home from my wedding. It's 6 years old, but
it's still holy. It's been blessed and consecrated. Is there time to get it here in an hour?
Yeah. I might have to see if my wife can drop that off.
We're going to give away some Pitbull tickets, I believe.
Dale. Mr. 305.
I'm looking at this headline, and this is nothing neither here nor there. If you're looking for a new vehicle, there's a 1996 BMW 750iL on sale. It was the last vehicle that Tupac was riding in, the vehicle that he was in when he was shot in Vegas.
Yeah. I saw how much is it on sale
for? $2 million, they're thinking.
$2 million?
Well, I mean, you can ask for $2 million.
I think it could go. I think it may go for 7 figures.
Why would anybody want that? What would you do?
It's got, first of all, it's going to be someone that has a huge slush fund.
But if you love Tupac, would you get it? Or if you hated Tupac, would you get it? I can see a reason for both.
Let me say this. If I did it, I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would get it. If I had that money, I would get it, and I'd give it to like a hip hop museum and, charge to come see it, take pictures, buy it, stuff like that.
Is there a hip hop museum?
There's a trap museum in Atlanta. I don't know if we have a hip hop museum, so that's a good question. Maybe I'll start one.
For those that know, and I do, but for those that aren't aware, what exactly is a trap museum?
Trap music is a form of, it's under the umbrella of rap music, but it's a signature sounding beat sound. It has a different sound to it than most. Most of it's about Most of it is about time spent in the trap, which is, where a lot of people came up hustling, whether you were.
I got you. Is it a specific Atlanta sound or is it?
No, some people would say it originated in Atlanta. It just depends on who you ask. Some people say, trap music started here in Texas. I don't know, but Atlanta has adopted trap music, so they have the Trap Museum. So yeah.
What would be a good example for me if I wanted to find out about trap music?
Go listen to Thug Motivation, Jeezy.
Was that two bands, two people, or one?
One person.
And Jeezy, what's Thug Motivation? The record?
The album, his first album.
Jeezy. All right.
T.I., Trap Music. His album called Trap Music.
Well, that's Atlanta. When you're talking T.I.
I'm about
All
T.I.,
right.
Jeezy. They're both from Atlanta. Those are good examples.
All right. Just learn a little bit every day.
Maybe Jack will take you for a cruise. Y'all listen to it.
I saw where Drake's going to be curating the music on all of ESPN's football games.
It's a nice check for Drake.
I was hoping he'd be like standing in the corner with his DJing with his headset off like this one side, and dropping beat like that. But
Drake's music is safe for Monday Night Football. It's safe. Would you agree with that, Karl? It's safe.
Karl, on your drive to Laredo for the Kings, how was the Drake record?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I just don't think at the moment there were too many songs. I think there were like 2 or 3 that I saved. But at the moment, the album doesn't quite hit as a classic. But I think Portland came out, or not Portland, More Life came out about 3-4 years ago. And I've been listening to a lot more tracks such as Portland and other ones like that I don't know. I enjoy more now that it's later.
I was told he calls out San Antonio, at least speaks of San Antonio. What was the
did he?
I heard that too. I think it's in the intro, and I didn't pay enough attention to it.
I think it's on the beginning of TSU.
Okay.
Where the screw voice is talking. He says San Antonio. Yeah.
This is just
Drake loves Texas.
He does, doesn't he?
He loves Texas.
He also loves Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely a front runner, except when it comes to Toronto. He kind of rises to Toronto, but he was a LeBron fan. Then he was a Golden State fan. Then Toronto got good, and he was harassing people on the sideline. But yeah,
he's a good.
But he shot an air ball at the Kentucky warm-ups.
Yeah, he's a good friend with John Calipari.
Yeah, he shot that air ball. I was like, yo, give me another.
Yeah, I vividly remember that game because my sons were like, Drake's gonna be warming up with the Kentucky, and it was like the blue and white game or something.
Mm-hmm.
This little
air ball looked like Giannis,
and he didn't look in shape. That didn't help your rating, your Q rating.
No, Drake's not an athlete. He loves sports, but he's not an athlete. You could tell.
The face of
Degrassi. He was on Degrassi when we were supposed to be playing sports.
That's right. See, I'm too old. I didn't watch Degrassi High.
I didn't watch that either.
One other bit that it's worth bringing up, and you can
talk about it.
You can add the follow-up. Our former President Trump and his son.
Oh yeah, I saw this
coming up on Friday night, I believe.
Saturday, 9/11.
Evander Holyfield's fighting.
Belfort. He's fighting a former UFC fighter.
Donald and his son, Don Jr., will provide an alternate broadcast. You know how Snoop was doing the Olympic stuff? Well, Don and Don Jr. are going to do the commentating for the Belfort Holyfield fight. Now, Belfort was supposed to fight
De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya, who is right now, sadly, in the hospital dealing with COVID. So De La Hoya had to back out.
See, I knew he got COVID. I didn't know he was that bad to where he's in the hospital.
He was in the hospital. I need another update on that. But last I saw, he was in the hospital. And the fight was originally scheduled for California, but they can't get it sanctioned there because of everything else. So they've moved it to Florida. It's at the Hard Rock, about an hour from Mar-a-Lago.
So yeah, Miss Donald and Donald's son going to be doing their own little Peyton Manning, Eli Manning type thing. Is this on Triller? Does the song be on the Triller app? I thought that's what it said in the headline you posted.
Now, all we need is to add one or both of the Paul brothers onto another card and have the Trumps doing and then we will have achieved perfect Zen unification of all things into one event, all coming together.
Rob, I know how much you love this celebrity boxing thing. It has legs. It's not going anywhere, and I know you love it.
You knew it was going to lead to a former president and his son doing an alternate broadcast. You knew that was coming down the road. I just wasn't sure which former president it was.
I didn't know it would be on 9/11.
Just take that for whatever you would like. I
don't know. You know what? I am down to watch this fight though. If I don't have to pay for it, if I can find somewhere to watch it for free, I'm down to watch this fight.
Holyfield has reached that Pacquiao stage in fighting where nothing hurts him.
No,
you could hit him on the side of the head with a 2x4. and he's still coming at you.
I'm worried about Holyfield. Have you heard him talk? He's taking a beating over his life, and he has trouble putting sentences together.
A couple of years ago at the Atlanta Super Bowl, Minix and I had a chance to interview.
How did that go?
He's at that point, his son was a stellar player for, I believe he was at Georgia. Yeah, the running back with Georgia. So we talked a little bit of football. No, he's not a guy who's going to go into deep conversation. Never has been.
No, he's taking a beating over his life.
But he has his faculties. He's not, I mean, it's not gone.
Oh, well, that's good news.
But you can tell that the nerve endings have gotten a little dull.
Yeah.
Things aren't moving as quick as they used to, but fully coherent.
But,
you can't help but stare at his ear. I mean, you just, as soon as you sit down,
time out,
can't
Rob.
help but
no, double dribble, traveling. I'm calling a flagrant one on you. Please tell me you and Minix were not interviewing this man staring at his ear.
Oh, I was. You can't. He's been dealing with this for 25 years. I think he's used to it.
Rob.
Now, the sad thing is now I feel bad because it's hard for him to wear a mask.
Too far. We're gone.
Too soon.
We're gone. That's just
it was just difficult. It's just sad to see one side of the mask taped onto his face.
Hang it on the bottom.
You have to get the full on
hang it on the bottom
brace that goes around the back.
Yeah,
you
have to do a strap, like a belt. His mask has got to be like a belt buckle. Got to have the little holes in the loop so he can wear his mask.
That's I will say he was still fit even then.
He still look good.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, George Foreman, who fought Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, said that Evander Holyfield was the most skilled boxer he had ever seen. That when you fought Muhammad Ali and you fought Joe Frazier and you come away saying that Holyfield was still the most skillful, that speaks volumes about Holyfield, and his career was probably underrated because the infamous fight with Mike Tyson and the whole ear thing. But that told me a lot.
You're a fight guy. Who had the most underrated career? Was it Evander or Lennox Lewis? Who was more underrated for their time?
I'm gonna say Evander. Because Lennox got his just due. I think we felt like, okay, Lennox is the man. Lennox has still been around. Lennox does some like media stuff. Evander is just like, oh, he was the one that got his ear bit off, and really he did more than that. He was an undersized heavyweight.
He was a cruiserweight.
Yeah, he wasn't really no big dude. So, but I can't even concentrate because you talked about the man that can't wear a mask because of his ear. I think we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here, man.
Funny story.
We got to get out.
We interviewed Evander, and when you're at the Super Bowl, it's kind of like, there's a bunch of interviews going on all around you. We call it the car wash. You get there, you start on one side, and you work your way through. So Evander sat down with us, and then he moved, and he was at a place relatively close to us doing another interview. Pat McAfee, who now is of ESPN, the former Colt punter who's kind of been out there host, saw Evander and thought it was George Foreman. What? He goes, y'all see George Foreman? I'm like, where? Where's George? Because Evander's right here. He goes, he's right over there. I said, George and Evander together? Turn around, and it was just Evander. Like, dude.
Damn, Pat.
Sorry, Pat. You take one to the head.
Yeah.
We got a lot to catch up on. Let's get all your headlines so you can digest them completely and then offer them to your workmates when you get to work. Let's get all of the news you need. Karl, what is it?
Here's the 411 in the 210.
All right, headline 2, Antonio Brown is being sued. Based on an item from Daniel Kaplan of The Athletic, KCB Marketing has sued Brown for commissions on $2.4 million in endorsement deals in an attempt to avoid his obligation to pay the commissions, which does not seem to be disputed based off Kaplan's article. Brown claims that the former agent Drew Rosenhaus hid his alleged involvement in the marketing agency and engaged in, quote, double dealing. Brown's lawyer accuses Rosenhaus of making money for his work as Brown's football agent and of making money for the marketing work performed on behalf of Brown.
So help me out, Rob. How does it work? Like, if you're my agent and Tri-County Meat gives me $2.5 million. Does the check come to me and then I disperse it to you as an agent?
It depends on the financial setup that you have.
Okay. Because I would think like the agent would just get his cut off the rip without Antonio Brown ever touching it. I guess that's not how it works.
This
Never had
agent
an
will
agent.
from now on.
Yeah.
I can tell you it'll happen like that from here on out. But
Antonio has a history of not paying people he owes.
That's just
The dude
another
is
day in the life. of
I
Antonio.
mean, super talented. Career could have been a top 5 receiver of all time, but he just does clown stuff. I'm just not a huge Antonio Brown fan.
Drew Rosenhaus and Antonio Brown.
Is that two snakes in the ground?
Yeah, that's a couple of crabs in a bucket, man. Y'all
man,
duke that
I
out
can't-
in the courts because I have a feeling there's more news to follow.
Yeah, that man. What is he owed? 2.4. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that, and I need you to pay my lawyer fee so I could get my full 2.4.
Keep in mind, Drew Rosenhaus was the agent that had Terrell Owens doing push-ups in his driveway to get him a gig. Drew Rosenhaus was, for most of the 90s and into the 2000s, the most notorious of the agents, Mr. Holdouts.
Yeah.
He recruited every Miami football player, basically.
Was Show Me the Money movie, was that about him?
Actually, no. The Show Me the Money movie, the Tom Cruise movie, it was made for Lee Steinberg, a good friend of San Antonio sports star. He's our plug for the great parties at the Super Bowl. He's also the one that brought us and you guys when you were elsewhere, Pat Mahomes.
That's
He's
right.
the agent of the quarterbacks, and he's the Show Me the Money guy. Moving on.
Head on one. Quentin Portis is one of 3 former NFL players to plead guilty in a healthcare fraud scheme. Portis was among 3 NFL players that pled guilty for their roles in nationwide scheme to defraud healthcare program from retired NFL players, the Justice Department announced Tuesday. The alleged scheme targeted Gene Upshaw, NFL's Player Health Reimbursement Accountant Plan, which was set up in 2006 to help retired players cover medical expenses. According to court documents, Portis caused the submission of false and fraudulent claims to the plan of his behalf over a 2-month period, obtaining $99,264 in benefits for medical equipment that was not actually provided.
First of all, that's pretty good insurance.
Great insurance.
You get $99,000 given back to you tax-free.
I'll tell you what happened, man. Somebody found a loophole, started calling all the former guys and was like, hey, man, they scratching checks if you do X, Y, Z. Because I had those people calling me. I had a few guys that I know from back in the day calling me during the PPP loan explosion, saying, hey, man, give me your social and I'll fill these paperworks out for you. You get $10,000. Didn't sound right to me. Didn't sound right to me. I never forwarded over that information. This sounds just like that. Like they found a loophole. They found a way to get some extra cash. And like I said, all that type of stuff, you're not going to get away with that against an entity like the NFL. Like at some point, they're going to come by, dot I's and cross T's, and they're going to find the people that defrauded them. Now, I don't know if I know Portis and the other 2 guys have agreed to pay back everything that they got. So I know they're looking at 10 years. One guy's looking at 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking what their lawyers are trying to do is cut deals like, hey, if we pay all this back, can we leave this jail time stuff out of it? But I mean, whether you got money or not, man, some people find an opportunity to get a few extra dollars. They're going to take it. I'm not shocked at this at all.
Portis made $43 million while he played. What he got the reimbursement for were like a cryo center.
I want to do one of those.
I've seen it done. I've seen it there when my
Good
boys.
recovery, yeah.
It looks really cool, but it's cold. That's cold.
Is it
beyond
ice
cold.
bath cold? Was colder than that?
It seemed even colder than that. Although there's nothing worse than an ice bath. Literally, there is nothing more agony for that first 3 seconds in an ice bath. There's nothing worse.
Right.
When I see that it's part of the NFL's retirement program, and we know how poorly the NFL veterans were taken care of for so long, it kind of adds an extra bit of yuck to this. That not only were you defrauding an insurance company, illegal, but you were defrauding the insurance company that was representing these former players that got nothing when they played.
Can't even get out of bed.
And got nothing when they played. I mean, they were having part-time jobs while they're professional athletes, $43 million.
And had to fight the NFL just to get that little bit.
You know, I appreciate the fact that you stood tall and admitted guilt.
They had no choice.
That's the first step. But you're even if it was to clarify and clear a deal, at least you stood tall. But this does not absolve you of what is a pretty nasty crime. I mean, you took some money from out of a program that there are folks that need this, need that money. And if you aided or caused someone to miss any of that, you need to do some time, even if you stood tall.
That's ugly.
Yeah, but it's a Redskin. He was a Redskin.
Oh, wow.
They had to change the whole name.
Look,
of the
you
franchise.
see you see where this win is like, it's football season. When we take turns like that, it's football season when the jabs start coming at your rival.
Boy, he used to rip the Cowboys good. Portis could play.
He was good.
He did not get the respect for the career he had. He was a back.
Yeah, he was good.
See you,
One
man.
of the Miami Cats.
Inmate number 7799665. Congratulations, Clint.
Damn.
We'll talk about you when you're paroled and a new man.
Good
Moving
Lord.
on.
And
I hope it's
headlines
worth it.
and headline zero: a PGA golfer was livid over a $10,000 fine for playing too fast during a record-setting round before realizing it was just a prank. On Sunday, the Tour Championship Chilean golfer Joaquin Niemann did something that few other golfers have ever done on a course during a competitive round. He ran. With an odd number of players remaining in the final round, Niemann played alone for the first man off of the tee, and he was guaranteed $405,000 on his payday for already securing 29th place at least in the Tour's biggest money showdown of the season. Niemann decided to go for a speed round rather than maybe score, so he finished a round of golf in under 2 hours.
Yeah, so he was playing alone. He went off first, so he was like, let's try to break the record. But to shoot only 2 over in an hour and 53 minutes just shows you how much better pro golfers or PGA golfers are than every other golfer in the world. Like, again, if you don't play golf, I don't expect you to understand. But if you've played, to the people that have played golf, you know how impressive that is. Number one, when you're getting 400,000 already off the rip, you're already in a good mood. Okay, like, hey, I made the FedEx Cup, made me a quick 400K. But then, like, jogging from tee to green, I wish I would have known about this. I didn't know about this till you sent the headline today. I would have liked tuning in. They were actually featuring him on some holes, like showing him running from shot to shot to break this record. So I thought that was pretty cool and fun. I mean, the PGA needs stories like this because while that one guy is rehabbing, a guy with 15 majors and 80-something victories, sometimes you forget about golf. Sometimes you can go a good 2 months. The passerby can go 2 months without even realizing that golf is being played.
Oh yeah.
So these type of stories, PGA, loosen up some. And if this was really a fine, I would have ripped the PGA a new one because they need this stuff. They need the Ryder Cup. They need Koepka versus DeChambeau. They need DeChambeau telling fans not to scream. They need storylines. There's no storylines without Tiger. So this was refreshing.
What's the Ryder Cup?
I love the Ryder Cup.
Okay, so the Ryder Cup, every day it's a different kind of competition, right? There's like
best ball,
2 and 2,
scramble, hit your own ball.
I say we add one more. You got to run. Round? You got a speed round.
That would be cool.
Add one more little facet to it.
Add a speed round.
Get your best in shape golfers, or maybe you have to provide your heaviest golfer.
Hey man, let me tell you. Have you ever walked 18?
Yeah,
walking 18.
Walking
18 will let you know that while they're not basketball players, they're not soccer players. It takes some athletic. It's tiring chasing that little white ball on feet, especially on a PGA course that might be 7,000 yards.
And when you're with me, you better bring your hiking boots.
Yeah, see, with me,
I'm snake gators because I'm in the woods.
Yeah, it turns me. I turned a 6,000 yard course into 10,000.
What's the hardest course to walk in San Antonio? I know mine.
I would say Cedar.
Because the last hills. 4 holes, it's like climbing a mountain.
Cedar?
Yes, I've walked Cedar.
Rob.
Yes. Back in the day, people told me if you really want to be good, you got to walk.
Okay.
I learned really quickly. I really don't want to be that good.
Yeah.
But to walk,
got to be Cedar.
No.
Because even going up some of the hills in the cart is a task. So walking it up with the carry cart, no, sir. I would never walk Cedar.
That was you make that mistake. Once.
But that was cool of the Chilean PGA golfer. Good stuff.
Show off.
Yeah. No.
He ran it and shot a 2 over. He ran the course and did it under 2 hours and shot a better round than I will ever shoot in my entire life.
My life. With the cat, I could have a caddy. I could have a rangefinder. I could have the best set of clubs. I'm never shooting a 2 over. Never. That's a tough sport.
When your wildest dreams are realized, you keep it to yourself. Show off.
He was showing off.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run.
That was cool. They needed that. Good stuff, PGA. Because now we're just, hey, can't lay $115 million. Moving on. See you next season or see you at the Ryder Cup.
The AP Top 25 came out yesterday. Aggies move up. OU stays. Should they have stayed? We'll look at the top 25. Look across the college football landscape. Big 12 expansion is coming. Did Cincinnati raise themselves to be one of the next? And what does the Pac-12 need to do after the loss to an FCS school by Washington? College football on the docket. Coming your direction here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. As we sit, we're about 36 hours away from our first professional football game. Yes, the NFL is back. College has begun. The games are here. Are you playing them? You need to be logged in. You need to be signed up for BetUS. BetUS has been my book for quite some time now. They've been around for 25 years. It's the longevity that is key, right? You want to make sure that your money is safe, one, and two, when you win, and you will win if you listen to the R&R in the Morning and the Sports Star, that you're going to be paid. BetUS has been America's favorite sports book for over 25 years for just that reason. You need a sports book that offers everything. You need the live casino betting for sure, but also all your games, MMA, golf, horses, esports, all the great prop bets. They're all there 24/7. To get yourself signed up, the easiest way to do it is to go to 1-800-79-BET-US. That's 1-800-79-BET-US. They'll walk you through the setting up of the account. It is so easy to do. And when you do, I want you to remember this, KZDC. That's it, KZDC. That's us. You can get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Let me tell you, nobody beats that. I don't care if you're with another service. It is worth your time. It is worth your dollars to go to betus.com. Lay up a little money there. See what I'm talking about. And you'll start with that 200% bonus by mentioning KZDC. Nobody beats that. I'm telling you, nobody. Go sign up today. The games are on. Find out what I know. Where America's Sportsbook is, well, that's betus.com. That's betus.com, where the games begin.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The San Antonio Spurs made a couple of reported signings official yesterday, adding to their already full roster. Spurs second-round pick Joe Wieskamp signed a two-way deal, which could mean the majority of the 41st overall pick's rookie season will be in the G League with the Austin Spurs. Under the conditions of NBA two-way contracts, Wieskamp can be active for up to 50 of the Spurs' regular season games. And restricted free agent Keita Bates-Diop signed with the San Antonio Spurs for a reported 2 years. Bates-Diop was on a two-way contract with San Antonio last season. The 25-year-old appeared in 30 games and is known primarily for his defense and positional size as a 6'8 forward. With the signing of Keita Bates-Diop, the Spurs roster currently sits at 17 guaranteed contracts, which will need to be trimmed down to 15 on opening night, October 19th. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
Get ready, Austin. Pitbull, I Feel Good Tour with special guest Iggy Azalea. Featuring Pitbull, Globalization DJs. The party of the summer hits Germania Insurance Amphitheater at Circuit of the Americas, September 12th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Pitbull with Iggy Azalea. Check more at pitbullmusic.com.
I'm a fireball.
This is Rudy J of R&R in the Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or online at lawyerforus.com.
Owning a business comes with pressure. There's a limit to what I can do and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work to help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, while giving my employees competitive benefit options. And because I'm able to focus on other priorities, my employees can thrive and my business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
El Hueto's Automotive Paint provides quality coatings and selection of paint supplies for your automotive finishing needs. El Hueto can match any color for that specific work you're doing. And if you own a car painting or body shop business, you have to compare prices with El Hueto's paint supply to start saving today. Come check us out at El Hueto's Automotive Paint for quality coatings and a great selection of auto painting needs. Located at 3108 West Avenue. Call us at 210-749-3116. 210-749-3116. Check us out on Facebook or Google at El Hueto's Automotive Paint.
DIY means sawdust, work gloves, and the right tools. But at the Home Depot, the right tools means more than hammers and saws. It means a mobile app with built-in image search. That's a tool. Access an entire rental department with a swipe. That's another tool. For any project, start to finish, this isn't just DIY. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Download our mobile app to get started.
And now a game of commercial chicken brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Okay, so did you see that game the other day? The refs, right? I mean, come on. They were totally out to get us. That always happens to our team. Drivers who switch to Progressive can save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
I'm sorry, Evander. It's your ear.
Damn. Too bad Evander couldn't hear him.
You know what? You out of pocket today. Is it because the contortionist is coming in here?
I'm a little nervous.
I am.
I got to be honest with you. I'm a little disconcerted. I'm eager to see what happens.
Same.
In about 30 minutes, in studio, there's going to be a contortionist. You might ask, why? Well, if you have the opportunity to stare at a contortionist, you say yes.
Right.
At every opportunity. Why would you turn that down? Well, there's a movie coming out on Friday called Malignant.
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
It's a feel-good story.
If by feel-good, you mean scare the crap out of you and not sleep.
Malignant. That is a bad, it can't be good. Well, anyway, and part of the promotion of this movie, New Line Cinema, has, I don't know why a contortionist is required. Does it show in the movie trailer why?
Yeah.
But a contortionist is in studio to promote that. We're going to have some Fandango codes to give away some movie passes. But in studio, we're going to see bizarre movements from a human being in less than 30 minutes. So your only task is to find a device, find a pad, a phone, whatever, be on sasportstar.com at 9 o'clock just to see what the hell happens. Because quite frankly, I don't know what to expect. That's only 30 minutes away. I'm looking, yesterday afternoon, I didn't do the halftime. I had to go get to the dentist appointment. Got that taken care of.
Just halftime.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did he say the?
I might have. I'm out of practice. Didn't do it yesterday. So got out of the dentist. I have 1 o'clock meeting appointment. Get out. My mouth is numb, but I can drive. And I was finally tracked down a couple of days ago by a taxidermist.
Yeah.
A year ago, I went hunting. Minix and I went hunting to a beautiful ranch up north of Kerrville called the Ivy Ranch. Big game, exotic type ranch. I took down a fallow deer. If anybody knows what that is, it's a European deer found in Turkey. It's looks like a normal deer, but it's got big old horn. Big old
I saw the picture, but I need to see it in person.
Moose horns.
Yeah.
I didn't have the full mount done. I just did what's called a European mount, which is basically they peel all the meat off the skull, boil it down, and then bleach it white, and then they keep the horns and they put it on a piece of wood. That's how the Europeans do it, not the full like
the head turned to the side.
I went the cheap route.
Okay.
So it'd be, getting something mounted normally takes a bit of time. 8 months, 9 months is not uncommon because everybody
know that.
Because everybody, there's only a certain season for most deer, and when the deer season is done, that's when the work starts with a taxidermist. And every taxidermist I've been to, and that I can count that on my hand 3 times, 3 different taxidermists in my life, they're always out in the middle of nowhere. You never really consider why.
See, that part of it is scary to me.
Well, yesterday I went up to pick up it was a place up north of Kerrville.
Yeah.
And the job was lovely. I mean, it is a spectacular mount. I'm very proud of it. I've never had a European mount before, and it turned out beautiful. But this was a new taxidermist that it was sent to from the place that I shopped at. So, or took down the animal. So it's been nearly a year now. Got it at the end of November, and they finally tracked me down. I didn't know who it was. Long story short, I went to pick it up yesterday. So I go to drop it to pick this thing up, and a guy gives me his address, and it's a taxidermist. And I pull up in the parking lot, and there's nobody in the parking lot in what is a long white strip center, kind of where you would store boats and things like that. Probably been around for about 50, 60 years. An older strip center.
Would there have been anybody there close if you needed to scream for help? Was there anybody in earshot?
There was a pickup, though I don't know whose it was. So it's kind of an open parking lot, and I park because I see my Google Maps tells me this is it. But when I pull in, I can't quite figure out where I'm supposed to go. So as soon as I get out of the car, I'm looking around, and the smell hits me immediately.
Like as soon as you get out the car,
there's an ill wind blowing.
Ooh, like
it smells
death?
like warmed over death. And for those of you who have ever come up on a decomposing animal, it's a rather unique scent.
Hell, even if your rat dies, it smells.
It's
So I
all
can
the
only
same smell.
imagine
Oh,
the
yeah.
deer. Yeah,
So
1,000 of them.
No, I'm standing out in this parking lot, and there's an open large door, and it's dark, but I can see the sign, and it's faded paint, so-and-so's taxidermy. So I walk in, and it's dark. There's no lights on. The only light coming in the garage door is the sun behind me, and the smell is obviously very strong. And as I walk in, I look down, and in plastic bags, clear plastic bags that are sealed, they're on the ground, and it's full of
what?
Entrails. I don't know, guts,
kidneys, livers, hearts,
whatever, all just stacked up there. And for every pound of guts, there's 100 flies. So there's flies everywhere. Smells like death. Up on the wall is a deer that is either being dismounted or mounted. I can't quite tell, but it doesn't have a face, and there's still some meat going on. There's that. And then there's a variety of skins laying out, drying. I don't know, some horns. It is gruesome. It is like stumbling into a horror movie, and it's dark, and there's no one there. And then out of nowhere, I kid you not, I'm standing there like, hello. I turn around. There's a dude that's about my size,
6'4",
weighs out. He's got me by a good 40 pounds. So I'm going to say good 280, maybe 3, standing there with no shirt on. Just into darkness. I look at it. I see a silhouette of a giant human being with no shirt on and shorts.
Did you jump?
Yeah. Whoa. Turn around. Oh.
You thought you were dead.
Not only did I jump, I realized that he was in between me and the exit, because he come in from behind me. So
no.
I have to immediately kind of, oh, hey, man, I'm here to pick up. Hey, and I have to start making the lateral move so I can.
Is in case you have to run
so
for
I
it?
can get around him and have my back to the door and him be in the darkness. So if he came at me with an axe, I'd be able to get. So he starts talking to me, and I'm like, okay, dude, we've established that I am who I am, and you've established who you are. Now go put on a damn shirt.
If you want to talk. Then where your shirt at? Chris Rock
No
and
shirt.
Money Talk.
No shot. No shirt. It's just him in the darkness, sweaty and smelling like death.
Oh.
And he starts talking. Oh yeah, then he, of course, it's beautiful, man. Look at it, and I'm looking at it. It is beautiful. But by this time, I'm ready to go. I don't like it. Smells and it's awful. And he's starts talking about his political beliefs.
Yeah,
I won't get into them, but they are what you would expect.
Right.
Then out of the darkness, a small Mexican woman, might have been about 5 feet tall, in kind of a house dress.
Okay.
Comes out of the darkness. I don't know where she's coming from. She's kind of hunched over, and she's got a kind of a unique way of walking, kind of a little skip. She comes like skittering in, and I'm paying this guy in cash because, you know, that's all this guy's going to take. Paying this guy in cash, and he's counting off, and he peels off a 20, and he hands it to her, and he says something funny. So she like skitters off, and he has the money, and he's folding it off into me, and he continues to talk politics.
This sounds like Wrong Turn 6.
Dude, it was.
It sounds like Wrong Turn Part 6.
And then he found out I work with the ESPN.
Okay.
More questions. She finally comes back out with his shirt. I didn't see him ask for the shirt. Obviously, she realized how embarrassing. So he hands him the shirt. He takes the shirt and he's pointing at my thing, and he drops the shirt.
He don't want to put it on.
Well, he didn't mean to drop it. He just dropped it. So it's like there in front of me. And I'm not going to bend down and pick up that shirt. I don't know what's going on, but he's got his hands kind of full. So he puts things down and he turns around to pick up his shirt. No shirt on.
No drawers on.
The whole moon came out, man.
Everywhere.
It was the most surreal, terrifying experience. It probably lasted a total of 2 minutes. But if I could have run from into the parking lot with that thing, I was thinking if he comes at me, I could jab him with the horns. Comes at me
because I feel like not all of them. I'm sure there's some great guys, but there's some people you would feel like at some point they want to try this out on a human. Like after you've skinned enough deers and bears and lions, it's like I wonder what it would be like to clean the skull of a human.
I wonder if it.
And you were out there solo.
Oh, solo, and there's nobody else there except me and I don't know his helper. I don't know what.
Yeah, she was
a wife.
She seemed like an assistant.
But I don't know what the proper protocol for a taxidermist. I can tell you that the others I've been to, and they're artists. A taxidermist is an artist. I mean, the way that now it's a gruesome art. You don't want to see how the sausage is made, as I did. But you have to be a unique sort to want to do that.
Would it? I don't know. Is there? Do you think he would have passed health codes?
No.
I don't know what.
There's no health code being passed in this thing. I mean, the good news is they're already dead.
Yeah.
But it was as terrifying a sight as anyone should see. You should never bags of guts. I don't even know what that was on the floor.
See, I don't even want those flies near me because they've been eating deer intestines and I don't want them landing on me. So there's flies everywhere. What does it look like, the skull with the meat hanging on it still?
It looked like a picture out of an encyclopedia when they're, like underneath the dermis is the, it looked like there was part with like meat on the cheek, another part was not, and it looked like he was like shaven. I don't know what was going on, and it was just kind of attached. So there was red meat and flies and beautiful rack. It was a hell of a kill.
Yeah,
hell of a deer. But
JB says the only thing missing was the old man in a rocking chair playing the banjo.
If there would have been that, I would have known better. But it lured me in. I just walked in an open door, and then he was behind me. I was blocked in. I could have been a statistic. No. I don't know what happened to Rob. He went to the dentist. That's all we heard.
I have learned to sometimes lie about what I do because sometimes I'm just not in the mood. And when we tell people what we do, it spawns a whole other conversation. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, I got a cleaning company.
Yeah.
I don't, sometimes I just like, I'm not about to talk about the Cowboys and Spurs for another 30 minutes. So I don't even tell you what I do.
Yeah. We got into more of the political side of things.
Oh,
he had some other thoughts.
Kneeling,
he had some
stuff like that.
Deep-seated concerns about the modern professional landscape.
I understand.
And we got into that and peeling face meat off of a deer.
The flies and the bags of guts is what.
If you're a taxidermist, you should probably have like a waiting area with a couple of air fresheners. Never let them go back behind there.
Yeah.
Because if you were pro hunting, that might turn you off right there.
Oh,
there was feet, deer hooves over on one table, like he was going to use them to. Have you ever seen the deer hooves that they put on a mount that holds the gun?
Yes.
All that. You forget that was a living entity that you're like nailing to a piece of wood.
Right. Man, maybe he made me go vegan, Karl. Might be joining you after this story.
We're up against it.
Daniel Ray said that ages ago we all skinned animals. Very true, Daniel. Very
absolutely.
true.
And
we had to.
And I think if you ever decide to hunt, if that's something that is, I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, but if you do, it is incumbent upon you to go and at least for one, be taught how to clean your animal. Yeah. You have to understand that wasn't just a thing 100 yards away, that now you pull the trigger and it's no longer. You get the sense that was a living entity, a being that you just took its life.
Right.
And I think you need that connection to understand why.
Right.
Because it is about the prolong of the species. It does help them, the fact that they're being hunted. It doesn't.
I think we may have our own horror film here on R&R in the Morning.
Malignant.
Called The Taxidermist.
Malignant will be here in just a bit.
That too.
It's going to get weird around here. Hang on. You're on R&R in the Morning, and this is San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Just one day until the Dallas Cowboys kick off the NFL season against the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On your home for the Dallas Cowboys all season long. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, Cowboy fans, Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys and San Antonio Sports Star, are throwing the biggest viewing party ever. Head out to Hills and Dale's Ice House on Thursday for a live broadcast of the Blitz from 4 to 7. Then watch the Cowboys take on the Buccaneers. We'll have hourly drawings from 4 to 7 to win Cowboys game tickets, a Miller Lite Cowboys OtterBox cooler, Drew Pearson Hall of Fame standee, and other great prizes. And enjoy 16-ounce cans of Miller Lite during the game for just $3. That's Thursday at Hills and Dale's Ice House.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Vaccines are not enough, and accurate thermometers are essential for everyone. COVID is once again a major concern, and fever is the key symptom for both the flu and COVID. An accurate thermometer, like the Exergen temporal scanner, is essential to detect fevers early and reliably. Studies have shown that non-contact thermometers are ineffective and therefore dangerous, as they create a false sense of security. Exergen is working with a single focus to ensure that everyone who needs an accurate thermometer can purchase one. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville, where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper, and the autumn winds rustle with the sweet smell of football glory. And Dr. Pepper. It's a land flowing with onion dip, where even the food pyramid is shaped like a hot dog. Football. Where every yard gained is a yard worth celebrating, and every celebration is beyond excessive. With ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. Grab some today.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1,000,000-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try.
Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Win tickets to the first annual First Responder Military Appreciation Day at Paradise Canyon on September 11th, benefiting the Texas Ranger Association Foundation. Special events throughout the day, silent auction, and live music from the Wilder Blue. Register now at sasportstar.com.
San Antonio's home for sports talk is right here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. It's about to get strange in here. I just got an email from the front desk. Our visitor is here.
It can't be stranger than the taxidermy movie.
I have a feeling we're about to get there. I implore you, if you have the wherewithal and the ability, go find a device. I want you to watch this live. In the next segment, when we come back, a contortionist will be live and in studio. We'll do our very best to make you uncomfortable, squeamish maybe. And then Rudy and I will do our very best to carry out an hour. It's going to be a strange one. Hold on tight. Contortionist in studio. I've never said that in my radio career. Be coming up next on R&R in the morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
When it comes to replacing your windows, you know you got to go with my guys. San Antonio, the Window Source SA. Got to get rid of those old crusty windows, man. You can't have the nice stained patio and a stained garage floor and the beautiful man cave and all, the movie room, the pool. And then you got old, dirty, single pane windows. That's not sexy. And we do sexy here at R&R in the morning. And that Window Source SA does sexy. All it takes is a phone call, 210-880-3021, or visit them at windowsourceofsa.com. They got the energy efficient window packages with professional installation, not your homeboy, not your Theo. We got a professional installation here at Window Source SA. That includes the peace of mind of that lifetime warranty, full lifetime warranty. The Window Source of SA, they have 30 different styles for you to choose from. 30. If you can't find a style within 30, then there's something wrong with you. And they got the brand new showroom just minutes off the Fairgrounds Parkway. You can work with a windows consultant to handpick your windows in person. Give them a call, 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate, or visit them online to learn more at windowsourceofsa.com. Let them old windows go.
The college football tradition lives here with in-depth analysis and breakdowns from our team during the week of the Aggies, the Longhorns, UTSA, and more. Catch the gridiron action on Saturdays with live play-by-play from around the country. Bowl season. Let's go! The college football playoff and the national championship comes to life right here. Love it! On San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Summer might be ending, but rest and relaxation are year-round. From cooling mattresses with snow technology to crisp new sheets, Casper's Labor Day sale has everything you need for a restful night's sleep. Better bedding makes for a better tomorrow, which is why Casper's Hyperlight sheets are designed with an innovative grid weave that lets air flow through for maximum breathability. For a limited time, enjoy up to 15% off mattresses and 10% off pillows, sheets, and more with Casper's Labor Day sale online at Casper.com or in-store near you. Exclusions apply while supplies last. See Casper.com for more details.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the tailor-made fitting event happening September 6th through the 12th, featuring the new P790 irons with speed foam air technology and tungsten weighting to give you more distance, and the new NG3 wedges, now with raised micro ribs positioned between the grooves. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and register to get a free custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
This is Rudy J of R&R in the Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or online at lawyerforus.com.
Still running your business on QuickBooks? The bigger your company grows, the faster you sync with outdated software that just can't keep up. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite has everything you need to grow, all in one place. Special financing is back. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program only for those ready to switch today. Head to netsuite.com/KJZ right now. netsuite.com/KJZ.
Are you finally ready to sell that motorcycle or ATV that is just collecting dust in your garage? Harley, Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, or anything like it. RumbleOn.com will pay you cash today, and in minutes, you have a real cash offer. We will pay you cash before we pick it up. No more strangers coming to your house from a listing site. Use promo code RADIO for an extra $300 on your cash offer. Get your cash offer today. RumbleOn.com. Fast bikes, faster cash.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up? We can help you get started. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX and an STP oil filter, plus an STP air filter or cabin air filter for just $34.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you've had a good morning. You made it to Wednesday. I imagine when your alarm went off and got up this morning and had your bowl of oatmeal and grabbed your coffee and headed into work, you weren't expecting to see a contortionist. I know that I was, because I knew this was coming. This is a first for me in my radio career.
Me too.
Good. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening. He works with contortionists all the time. Karl, he's a yoga guy. He's a yoga guy.
So they do contortion.
They're all bendy.
I will be critiquing this contortionist form.
Stop it.
I'm saying you can get a little deeper there if you rotate your leg the other direction. All right, there you go.
So she's putting on her costume right now. We're going to have Malignant. We're going to have movie passes to Malignant. We're going to have them to give to you tomorrow. Karl and I will be live at Twin Peaks, Days of All Night 10, halftime from noon to 2. Come out and see us tomorrow. Have a little businessman's lunch. We'll get you ready for a huge Cowboy game tomorrow night that you can catch right here on San Antonio Sports Star. And then we're taking our whole caravan on to Hills and Dales from 4 to 7, just right up I-10, getting you completely ready. And we're going to go live all the way to the kickoff for Dallas Cowboys, which Cowboys are always brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. That is a fine tractor. Cowboy Day tomorrow. Today is Contortionist Day. As we await for her to go through her, I guess she's maybe limbering up. I don't know. I don't know how I don't know what this stretch preparation is for a contortionist. But I will say this: if at any point she crawls up the wall and hangs from the ceiling, show's over.
I know. If she crawls up the wall, I won't be the one getting caught.
Like skittering up the top there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do or to say to a contortionist.
You say hello.
Like, can you touch your
No,
elbow
you just let them do
your
their
nose?
thing.
Can you put your nose on your elbow? That's about as close as we
Yeah,
can
you
get.
just let them do their thing.
All right, let's see if we can bring her in.
Oh my goodness. Well, how do we talk through this?
I don't know. We're just gonna
figure it out.
We got the
I hope
camera.
you tuned
Morgan
in.
is so if oh my gosh. Okay.
What? Why are you saying that?
I'm just preparing you for what's coming. Come on in, our contortionist.
Yo. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Okay. I was like,
oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she
Well,
just
right now.
this is really strange. If you're not watching this live at sasportstalk.com, this is
Do you need me to do play-by-play?
Please do.
Carl, hook us
So
up.
look at
Well, already with some great hamstring extension, getting the left foot up to the corner of the wall.
What is that's
Yeah.
impressive.
There's a little bit of back bend mixed in there. All
I-
right. Now, already
that's the first
into a
handstand
handstand.
ever done in this studio, other than Rudy's first day.
All right, with Pinchy Mayurasana legs.
Malignant
There you
is
go.
from a New Line Cinemas. The plot is Madison
Oh,
is parallel.
see the arms.
That's
Here we
called
go.
Prasarita Padottanasana C, where you have the hand clasps over
what's that
on a
called
forward
again?
fold. Prasarita Padottanasana C.
Prasarita Padottanasana C.
That's a yoga move. Yeah.
Which,
All right.
Oh my God! No.
Oh, yeah, that's Urdhva
She's
Dhanurasana
about
while
to climb
walking.
the walls.
There you go.
She's about to climb the walls.
That's a back bend
Rudy,
with
open the
both
Bible.
legs and then kick up to the wall. Nice.
He said open the Bible.
Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders.
What was that
and
called,
her
Carl?
torment worsens.
Urdhva Dhanurasana, otherwise known as an upright bow. So
Look,
big back bend.
oh my gosh! I wish I could do that. Malignant will be going on Friday. It's a brand new premiere from New Line Cinema. And if
That's
you're
a great
not,
twist with
if you're
the leg
not
up the wall.
watching this, I'm getting the ski.
I'm just watching. I'm just making sure she don't start growling.
Please go to sasportstar.com and watch this live because you don't just come. Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's a big twist. Wow.
That was a large twist.
That's a big twist into a back bend. Yeesh.
That's going to need some Morasti.
Here we go.
I'm not. So,
Nice.
do you think we could carry on just a typical sports conversation with this going on in the background?
I think so.
Yeah, it's a good view online.
So the AP, oh my gosh, AP Top 25 came out, and
No, we're not. Wait, Rob, are you serious?
I'm trying. I don't know what to do. Look at how
We're
she
just
can
gonna let
bend me.
Carl do play-by-play. We're gonna do color.
Okay. So,
the foot
That's a
above
very
the TV.
That's the head,
What
the foot
I'm
almost to the
curious
leg on the reroute.
is how do you get from just being a normal,
here we go.
non-stretchable person,
Here we go.
and how do you get to this? Because
Prac-
she just
Yes.
bent over backwards.
Okay.
I
could.
I when I walked out into the front room, oh my gosh.
We have somebody joining us on Facebook Live saying, "I think my back just popped watching
I'm
this."
telling you, man. And I said, she said, I'm the bendy person.
That's what she said.
That's
I'm the bendy person.
I'm just curious how
Well,
you get
yes.
to where you are. You have anything?
Yeah, I'm recording. We're gonna show the wife. Got some things to work on. See
So,
if she could try some of this at home.
This is why you join us on YouTube
This
and
is
Facebook
why you need
Live.
to be watching this live. We need to have. I would like to talk with her for a second. Let's. I want to find out about being a professional contortionist.
Doing it on camera, like on demand, that's got to be tough.
So this morning,
did you stretch this
Yeah,
morning?
did you have to limber up before you got here?
No stretching?
No.
You're young.
So-
you got to be young to do
Come
that
step
without
forward
stretching.
to the mic here.
Which mic?
Let's see if we can make sure you're in there. Okay, say something. Let's see if we got you on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. So, what's your name?
My name's Jordan.
Jordan. Are you from San Antonio?
No, I'm from Austin.
You're from Austin. Are
Of
there lots of
course.
contortionists in Austin?
There's like three.
There's like three.
Three.
How did you get into this? Were you like a cheerleader or a gymnast? What exactly?
Oh, good question.
I was actually a painter,
Uh-huh.
and I became like an artist, and I needed like a hobby for my hobby because my hobby became my work.
That's kind of like us.
gotcha.
That's kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah, so I started doing yoga, and then I don't know, something inside me was like, I want to take it all the way.
Okay.
And so I started studying contortion, and now it's been 10 years.
10 years of contortion.
So is there some contortion in this movie? I'm guessing.
We don't know. What would be something that you could teach Rudy?
Well,
first I got to work on my diet first, right?
You gotta open your shoulders up first.
Your shoulders seem closed.
Let me see. Let me open them.
All right.
I'm opening. I think anything with my arms I might be able to do, but anything when I start flipping or the splits, it's just not gonna happen at 44.
What's the most difficult? I saw where you bent over backwards, like I don't even know how to describe.
When you pushed your body into the corner.
What's that's called a waterfall?
Yeah.
That's exactly what would happen if I did that. What's the most difficult of your contortion moves?
Probably. Well, do you want me to show you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and show
us
that.
better
This
than
is
you can
another
tell
great
us.
opportunity to go to sasportsstar.com and
I don't know
what
I think Karl knows it. Let me see.
She's down on the floor now, and she has. Oh gosh, that's not. That's. I don't even know what to say. That was
interesting.
That was terrifying and painful.
She's coughing.
Well,
Does it make you cough?
Well, yeah, it would have made me cough if I'd have done something like that. Yeah. The movie is Malignant. It will be premiering on Friday, all the local theaters. And if you're twisty and into bendy stuff, this sounds like the thing to go because Madison's paralyzed by a shocking vision of grisly murders. And her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are, in fact, terrifying realities. That is Malignant.
That was Kapatanasana, which is full pigeon. I have never actually seen that in person until now. So that is
Kapatanasa?
Kapatanasana, full pigeon.
Kapatanasa,
Now,
full pigeon.
I've gone partial pigeon. I've gone nearly chicken, but I've never gone full pigeon.
No,
Can we see what?
Ekapada Kapatanasana is the most common form of pigeon, where you have like one
He's a
leg
yoga
bent
guy. I don't
and
know.
a leg extended back. You've seen people do it. You've probably done it yourself.
Now I'm going to repeat it to her because she can't hear us. So it's called Ekapada hippopotamus.
Ekapada Kapatanasana.
Whatever.
Ekapada
You know what I'm saying.
Kapatanasana? Does that ring a bell?
So I study Mongolian contortion, and my coach is from Mongolia. So she teaches me like a translated version of.
Oh, okay. So your names are going to be different than
his. She
his.
calls it face frame because I'm on the floor with both my feet flat, and I'm like framing my face with my feet. So that's what I know it as. But
I think face frame really describes what you're doing much more than the Escapada hippopotamus move. Escapade. And there's different versions of contortion. So the Mongolian contortions.
Yeah, I learned something new today.
So do they have competitions like versus the Turkish contortionists, or let's say the Moroccans, who we know they're outlaws?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So in Mongolia, contortion is like a traditional art, like ballet. So they train like their little children to do it for like their whole life, and you can't even get a gig until your coach is like, I recommend you for work. And they have a college for contortion there.
It's difficult to get into. You have to actually form yourself into a ball and roll into the school, or they won't even admit you.
Yeah.
Are you double jointed? I mean,
it seemed like your arms were at least,
because it seems to me that you are born to be a contortionist. Can you make someone into a contortionist? Let's say like me, like you looked and said, you could
train us.
Teach you to frame your face.
I could probably help you gain some mobility, but men actually don't have the same hormones as women, so women have a lot better chance of becoming flexible. There are men that do it, but they have to work so much harder.
Yeah, we just don't. We're just not flimsy like that. We're not built for that.
Because women have babies, like their hormones like help open up their muscles and change their
all of that.
Enough said.
And no one needs to see a man doing any of that.
Not this man. Not with a body like mine.
There's
some men that got the proper body for it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but you don't want to see me trying it. But you know, you don't want to see Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, there's too much going on, man.
You can wear tights or something.
No, I don't want to see that at all.
You did a great job.
You did. That was extraordinary. What's your name?
My name's Jordan.
Jordan, thank you
so much. That was awesome.
For this.
You want to hit us with a move on the way out?
What
hit us with something on the way out
for the movie.
Hit a little something on the way out, Jordan.
I have done a lot of stuff, but never seen this before 10 o'clock.
Oh yes.
No, see,
She
that's,
walked up out of here.
That's the scary thing. That is what's you want
That was
to.
awesome.
That'll wake you up in the morning. Jordan,
Thank you, Jordan.
The movie is Malignant, and we'd like to thank our lovely and talented camera person.
Thank you,
Morgan was outstanding, and you know what? She remained perfectly calm the entire time.
That's good filming.
She didn't,
Thank you.
Well, that was about as weird as I thought it was going to be.
It was weird, but it wasn't as weird as it wasn't as scary. Like it was some of it was cool. Like some of it was like, oh, that's what's up. And then some of it was weird, but some of it was like, oh,
you know, it's hard to.
That was dope.
You interview a female contortionist. There's a lot of questions you want to ask. You just can't.
No, you can't,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
You see, that's what's wrong with us.
See, yes, that's
what's wrong with
exactly
us.
what's
Because
wrong with us.
my thought was, damn, I hope my wife is tuned in to try a couple of these. You know what I mean? Maybe I could stand on the stool and meet you halfway up the wall. We could figure some things.
After about 20 minutes, I was like, no, that's not good for anybody.
My wife's flexible. I think she
Not-
could pull
not-
it off. I'm
no,
gonna have her go watch
But that
it.
would be uncomfortable.
No,
it would. Are you kidding? You want to talk about cramping up?
You just do it on a drunk night.
No, then I'd end up in the hospital.
Then you wake up sore.
That's something that should have happened years ago. If it hadn't happened to you by now, if
Yeah,
it
it
hadn't
ain't
happened to you by the time you're 40, it's not going to happen. It's probably not good for you.
But her walking out like that was creepy.
That's
the worst.
That is not what we want. If you missed anything of what we did, our Facebook feed is floating around out there. Periscope feed is out there. Our YouTube channel is floating around out there. And also at sasportstar.com is out there. The audio vault is out there. If you didn't get your daily dose of contortion, well, there's not much we can do to help you.
Karl knew every move. Karl, you know what? Hey, you passed your first yoga instructor test for me.
Much respect.
Because like you knew every move to the where people on Facebook were freaked out. Like, why does Karl know every move? I'm like, damn, y'all haven't been tuned in. We told y'all 1,000 times Karl is a certified yoga instructor. And I'm thoroughly impressed that you knew every move, Karl.
I don't speak Sanskrit. I know the Sanskrit to most of the common poses.
What's the translation from what you were saying?
Kapatanasana is pigeon.
Pigeon. Okay.
Yeah, so
that's a lot of words, a lot of letters for one.
Yeah, why can't we just say pigeon?
Just because I like saying Sanskrit.
It wouldn't be hipster if we just said, "No, do the pigeon."
Sanskrit's the and the thing is, Sanskrit is I guess a universal language. It doesn't matter if you speak English or not. Sanskrit was sort of made for yoga to be able to be taught internationally, whether you understood Hindi or anything like that in India and so on. So Sanskrit's sort of for that. And pigeon is actually become a very popular stretch, but it's very different from what is full pigeon. So you've seen people do what's called Ekapada Kapatanasana, which is one-legged pigeon. Eka means one, pada is like leg, and Kapatanasana is pigeon pose. But you've seen people, all kinds of athletes, you've done it yourself probably.
The one-legged pigeon pose?
Yeah, like I'm pretty much doing it right now, where you have your leg up and you.
I've seen that. I can't do it, but I've seen that. Can you do that sitting down, or you have to do it standing up?
Oh, I have very open hips. I can do it in any kind of situation that works out. Yeah,
it is all in the hips. You got to keep those hips open.
Yeah,
but there's stretches for that.
And I don't teach it because I do it so differently. And I usually taught it. I used to teach at Gold's Gym, and it's a very demonstrate monkey see, monkey do. And I don't want people getting hurt, so I teach it the more accessible way, where you're on your back.
Yeah,
and that's for the half pigeon. I've never gonna try that crazy back bend where my head's on the ground. Yeah.
Where they have the hands together, then the leg up. That's impressive. Where you kind of standing up and you got the leg crossed over and you know what I mean? Kind of sitting down.
Yeah, eagle arms.
There you go. That's
eagle
impressive.
arms and legs.
That's impressive.
I learned so much in the last, like there's a university somewhere in Mongolia that you can major in contortion.
You can make some money. You know, you get a couple. That. You get some. You get a few films under your belt.
What kind of films?
Horror.
Oh, it's horror.
Gotta be horror.
Well,
you just the go-to contortionist.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Rob.
I'm sorry. Rudy had no idea. Hey,
that went over my head.
I think I need to stop talking about this before I get myself in
He
trouble.
said, "Does the pigeon have wings?" The pigeon don't have wings, does it, Karl? No, it's just the pigeon.
No. I actually have no idea. I think it's called like king pigeon pose. There's origins to a lot of these things. That modern yoga is only like 100 years old, not even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It depends on who you believe, but it's mostly actually working with gymnasts, like English gymnasts in the 1920s worked with somebody trying to spread yoga called Chris Macharya, but that's a whole other podcast.
Bite apple. We had a contortionist in studio, Rudy. I'm sure.
Hey, that's the first. I'm glad my first was with you.
I'm glad we had enough room and she didn't climb the walls.
The play-by-play helped because I didn't know what you did. You notice that I just went blank. I went blank. Rob was about to start breaking down the Cowboy game. I was like, no. Karl was like, y'all want me to do play-by-play? I was like, actually, we do.
I've never done play-by-play of a contortionist before, so that's a first.
What are you supposed to say?
I didn't know.
Look at how she pointed her toes. Look, did you see that?
But I knew we wasn't supposed to break down Cowboys Bucks because Rob was like, yo, how do we get out of here? Because I gave him no help. I'm sitting there looking at Rob like, I don't know what you want me to say because I got nothing. You know what I mean? We got this young lady in here doing all these moves. And Rob's like, okay, tomorrow we got Cowboys Bucks. I'm like, no, Karl, chime in, play by play. And he, with the Epicata Una Kamuna Matata, he did his thing.
The Hakuna Matata.
He did his thing. I appreciate you. You saved us.
That is the first time yoga has ever been play-by-played, contortion play-by-played on the radio. That's the restaurant quality radio we endeavor to offer you every day, just like the headlines. Let's get you caught up on everything that happened while we watch somebody big backwards and climb the walls. It's time.
Here's the 411 in the 210.
My bad, jumped the gun, little trigger happy to get to the headlines.
It's all good. There fast enough.
Headline 2. Tanya Snyder says 8 final names remain for the Washington football team that include the Red Hogs, the Defenders, the Armada, Presidents, Brigade, Commanders, Red Wolves, and, of course, Washington football team remaining the name.
I like Red Hogs.
I think the symbolism is perfect. The locale is perfect, but they're going to string this out for years. What are you waiting on?
Okay.
Is there one last focus group that you're waiting on? This is the same names we've been talking about for a year. What exactly would be the holdup other than let's string this out, and every couple of months we might add a name to the list or take the name off? I don't quite get what they're trying to do, but they've been waiting a long time to do it.
I like Red Hogs, but does Red Hogs feel minor league to y'all?
No.
Why Hogs?
Hawks.
Hog. H-O-G.
Because they were, you don't remember them? Their fans used to be
thinking Red Tails, not Red.
No, Red Tails would be perfect.
That's what I thought.
Red Tails is taken by somebody who bought up all of the fun names.
They say that
buy
a price, man. You're an NFL franchise. You got your franchise worth.
He wants like $10 million.
You're gonna make $3 billion.
Yeah, if they wanted it, they'd already.
You're gonna make $3 billion. But Red Hogs, because their fans used to wear pig masks to the games, and they were called themselves the Hogs. They're offensive linemen, so it has. Yeah, they were the Hogs.
But I'm with that.
Yeah, me too.
But that's kind of too inside-ish. You're named for something that you did when you were another name.
Right.
I think the Red Tails would fit pretty well.
I love Red Tails. Pay the $10 million. You're gonna make $3 billion.
They're just gonna keep pushing this down the road.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the Washington football team.
Dan Snyder seems like a very spiteful person. He's not gonna buy
nah,
a
you're right
name.
about that.
And it's Tanya Snyder, who I guess was on Adam Schefter's podcast, giving those names.
That's his wife that has been promoted to president of the Washington football team.
The only Tanya we recognize is Harding.
And maybe that's what they should go
That
with.
movie was good. Did you watch it on Netflix?
I did.
That was good.
Get Galooly on those guys.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Headline 1, the Spurs made a couple signings official yesterday. They signed Joe Wieskamp to a 2-way deal, which means he can play up to 50 games on the San Antonio Spurs roster, but he'll mostly spend most of his season in Austin. And the Spurs also re-signed restricted free agent Keita Bates-Diop. Woj broke this yesterday and said it was for a reported 2 years. So now the Spurs roster sits at 17 players with guaranteed contracts.
I wonder if that second year is player or team option. I wasn't surprised to see Keita sign. And Wieskamp as well. I'm still very curious what's going to happen with Alfred Camino.
I'm glad Wieskamp made the team.
Yeah. He deserves it. I think, you second round draft pick, he deserves the life of this contract to learn. We've had some benefits. I think we'll see the benefit of the G League shown more appropriate or more obviously in Trey this year.
Yeah.
I think Trey's going to have a hell of a season, and the G League has gotten him where he is.
Yeah. I think I didn't know, you and Karl let me know. Aminu, that's a $10 million situation. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. Maybe they can agree to give him $5 million to go away. I don't know. But the $10 million is not the easiest problems to get rid of.
17 under contract, you can carry 15.
They have to cut it down to 15 by October 19th.
A little bit of work to do. Weeze Camp's safe. You never know with the Aminu money or Akita Bates D-up money might be used in another moving deal. And that's why I was curious about the second year of that, if it's voidable by the team to kind of help in moving a player of that. And Aminu's $10 million would play into a Ben Simmons kind of money.
Yeah.
If it was to happen. I guess everybody's back from vacation.
I was listening to a podcast with Todd Ramasar, who was once on with Minix, and he said that I think next weekend is when people are going to start coming into town, and there's some kind of vet camp that is going to be held. So I don't know; those things aren't made public, but it's coming back. Spurs Media Day is probably going to be like September 27th or 26th, so we're within a month.
We'll all hover around our devices,
watch on Zoom,
watch it on Zoom. Get used to that, Spurs fans.
That boo COVID. Well, you never know. That's how it goes. All right, headline 0. Paul Pierce, unfortunately, he's becoming that guy. He says he has no regrets over the stripper twerk fest and didn't do anything illegal, but it's kind of hurt his reputation just all around, and he's just enjoying his retirement at this point because he was done talking about LeBron James every day.
First of all, like he did say he's divorced, so it wasn't like, but I always felt like when I saw that and he did that, I did feel like that was a play that he was like trying to get out of his contract. Like, when you do something like that and you work for Disney, you know what that means. Like, there's not that much drink in the world. Like, to me, I always felt like he was trying to get fired because he wants to probably do his like own little podcast or something. I don't know. But and I can also see ESPN being like, hey, okay, we're starting the show with LeBron. And don't most NBA shows start with LeBron? Like, if you want to get into NBA analyst talk while this guy's still playing, you're going to talk about him.
Yes. How naive are
like,
you?
I know he beat up on you, Paul, but that's just the way it works in the NBA world. We're not going to start talk with Trey Young. As much as we love Trey, LeBron is going to be the story until he retires.
Yes. Michael was the story.
Kobe. That's the way it goes.
But Paul was going to get fired from Disney no matter what. Doesn't he have a weed farm now? I think Paul got into the weed business.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me what he was doing on that video.
He's he seems like he's enjoying his time as a retired professional athlete.
A big one.
I think a lot. I saw him on the HBO.
Oh yeah.
Al is a very informed advocate for
it's not just like
THC,
I want the best weed for
no this guy, he's prescribing and Paul Pierce has that as well, and I do appreciate it because I agree, Paul, I would hate to have to talk about LeBron every day I came on air.
But, especially when he abused you like he abused Paul.
But it's LeBron, dude. He's written everybody's checks. Everybody getting paid because of LeBron. So go ahead and continue to talk about him. Because without LeBron, you wouldn't have been on that show, and that show wouldn't have even existed.
And again, I'm not saying that I'm the best. I'm not saying we're the best. Paul wasn't that good to me on television, anyways.
No, he was Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I didn't
exactly
really.
It. He was Paul Pierce.
I didn't really I wasn't running to my television to watch them.
Yeah, because he was already kind of surly.
Yeah, I didn't really
like. Matt Barnes is so much better on air. I just think he's.
Yeah, I like Matt Barnes.
This is a better commentator.
Absolutely.
Paul, congratulations, man. Roll your
good
weed
for Paul,
in good
man.
health.
He made $100 million in his career. He's all right.
A Hall of Famer. He's going in. Congratulations, Paul Pierce.
Go away.
We got a lot to get into and only a little bit of time to get into it. Hold on tight. Cowboy Talk has Zach tested negative. We'll talk about who practiced yesterday and expectations for tomorrow night as the Cowboys and the Bucks kick off right here, 7:20. AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota bring you Dallas Cowboy coverage all season long. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
I normally don't drink during the week, but after the contortionist, I may need to go and grab me a bottle from Texas Cheer Liquor. My goodness, what a morning. TexasCheerLiquor.com or download the Texas Cheer Liquor app. Scroll through there, see what they have, see what you like. Call ahead. They have it ready for you. They can bring it out to your car. If you still quarantine, you still don't want to really be around people. They're still doing the curbside. They'll still be able to deliver for you. They have 4 locations now. 4. In 2020, they only had 2. And just like a little over a year now, they've expanded to 4. So clap it up for small businesses expanding, because that's what keeps this great country of ours moving in the proper direction. 1 location is on Petrenko across from Walmart. The other location past 211, 1 at Highway 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor number 4 is at 1431 Palo Alto in the Patron Plaza. I love that name for a liquor store. Like, where else would a liquor store want to be besides the Patron Plaza, even though I'm not a Patron guy? Patron has left me bad in the morning sometimes. But they got plenty of tequila to choose from. So, yes, I'm knocking Patron because it doesn't work for my balance, but they have plenty of other tequilas to choose from. But they're in the Patron Plaza next to Walmart. You can't miss it. They got kegs. They got the Yingling. And they also deliver kegs and pick them up if you need be. They just did one here for a young lady that works here. So TexasCheerLiquor.com. Download the Texas Cheer Liquor app. Let them know R&R in the Morning sent you. Texas Cheer Liquor, official sponsor of R&R in the Morning.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at H-E-B.
It was an exciting night for Texas MLB teams Tuesday night. The Houston Astros took Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners 5-4 in extra innings. The Astros trailed by 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth. That's when Alex Bregman hit a 2-run homer to tie the game at 4. And in the 10th, Carlos Correa hit a ground rule double walk-off to score Yuli Guerrero from second on initial placement. The rubber match between Seattle and Houston is a getaway game with the first pitch slated for 1:10 this afternoon. The Texas Rangers extended their winning streak to 3 games with a 3-1 victory against the Diamondbacks in Arizona last night. Jordan Lyles got the win as he pitched 7 innings and only allowed 1 run off 3 hits. It's just a 2-game series for the Rangers in Arizona. Game 2 will be played today at 2:40. Those are your baseball headlines. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoen.
The San Antonio Sports Star is taking halftime on the road, headed to Twin Peaks tomorrow. We'll be covering the things Thursday night football and prepping you for the Cowboys and Buccaneers. And you have a chance to win Pitbull tickets, Natural Bridge Caverns tickets, and some Sports Star swag. So join us tomorrow for lunch, noon to 2 at Twin Peaks on Day Zavala and I-10. That's tomorrow from noon to 2 at Twin Peaks on Day Zavala and I-10 with the Sports Star and ESPN San Antonio.
Hey, it's Rob with my good buddy Jack Overman from Service First AC Repair and Plumbing. Hey, Jack, when someone calls you for plumbing or an AC repair, can you fix it that day?
No sweat.
What if it's in the middle of the night?
No sweat.
Weekends?
No sweat.
Service First AC and Plumbing has put San Antonians first for over 14 years, with trustworthy and reliable technicians on hand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Service First is standing by to help you when you need them. Hey, Jack, what about free quotes?
No sweat.
And half-off service and free tune-ups?
No sweat. With Service First AC Repair and Plumbing, we don't sweat the small stuff or the big stuff.
Call Service First AC Repair and Plumbing. 210-NO-SWEAT. That's 210-NO-SWEAT. Anything else, Jack?
Thanks for having me, Rob. My team and I would be honored to assist you with all your AC and heating needs. Just give us a call and we'll head right over. 210-NO-SWEAT.
210-NO-SWEAT. That's 210-NO-SWEAT.
License number TACLA 27100C.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV.
And I'm that voice from movies you watch on demand. DirecTV Stream brought us together to save the world.
Maybe not save the world, but DirecTV Stream does bring your live and on-demand favorites together.
Your favorites together.
I just said that.
She just said that.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at DirecTV.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
A double shot of energy in the AM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the Morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening driving us till 10 o'clock. If you missed any of the contortionist, I've never said that before. Those words have never been in that sequence ever. You can go to a variety of our socials. Check the video. Yes, we did have a contortionist in here. Sean Rima got here in just a couple of minutes too late to miss.
I feel kind of like pimento loaf. Like, how do you follow a contortionist?
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
Very carefully. You know, when you have a contortionist performing in front of you, you got to be very careful of how you give the play-by-play.
Yeah, I would think.
It's we'd like to thank Karl for making
He's a
sure.
yoga instructor,
Karl
so he
is
play
our
play-by-play.
is our technical expert when it comes to bendy things, and he was
Bendy things.
and he was giving us the what was the primary move? I know that Sean can't hear, but I'm going to repeat it. So what is it? What was the Hakuna Matata move?
Ekapada. Well, excuse me. Just Kapatanasana. Just
Kapatanasana.
Kapatanasana.
Have you ever done yoga, Sean? Tried, thought about it?
No, I bought a yoga mat once, but I just took a nap. I didn't
That was the dude
do
like
any yoga.
But you have a spiritual side. I'm kind of surprised that the effort to find Zen did not at some point in your life involve yoga.
I do like to think about spiritual things and focus on it, but that's just too much work. I can't get my butt that high in the air. I'm just going to be honest with both of you guys. And
me either.
It's too much stretching, and I'm not a very physical guy. I look at me. Do I look like I can contort?
Did you? Did you ever get into anything that involved meditation or anything like that?
Meditation, yeah, but that's just sitting on my butt, trying to empty my mind, which I do that a lot. Empty my mind.
I'm curious, though.
But the stretching, the contorting, the yoga, I think it's an ex-wife thing because she used to do it and it annoyed me. So I still have that stain on my memory.
When you see someone do it, you just the sad song starts playing in your head.
Right. I don't want to do no yoga.
You're a writer, poet.
Right.
How do you prep yourself to write? Do you do some kind of steps to kind of clear your mind to go,
or
do
you got a room like where
do you
go?
wake up and go, great idea, I'm gonna write it down and hope I can read it later?
That stuff just sort of comes to me.
Does it?
And because that's kind of a spiritual venture for me. Like writing to me is kind of like a form of prayer. So it just sort of happens depending on what's going on that day.
I'm
just feeling dirty and I write something dirty.
That's the great thing about poetry.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I asked Pat Green the same thing. I'm always interested in the artistic mentality and how you find how the concept becomes actual physical, whatever that physical thing is, painting, writing, whatever. I asked Pat Green about his songwriting. And he said, well, it's funny for me. I'll just come up with a phrase and it'll bounce around in my brain forever. Like we talked about the wave on wave, the mile upon mile got no direction. He said that bounced around in his mind forever until he found the rest of the lyrics.
It's the same thing with me. And then I got to run. I get the title usually first. The title comes into my head because the title synthesizes what it is I want to write about. And so then the poem follows. And it usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes to write a poem. That's about it.
He's Sean Rima, published poet. Check all his stuff out on KTSA. Rudy will be over there as well. He and Trey get the mornings going the right way on our brother station over on KTSA. Hey, coming back, looking toward a huge football game tomorrow night, getting you ready for halftime in the sporting afternoon. You're on R&R, and this is San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. The Institute for Functional Health has been a godsend for me. It has literally changed my life. No, I'm not a contortionist. No, I am not overly limber, but I am 40 pounds down and living a healthier life than I ever thought I would at 56 years of age. If you've reached a time in your life where the doctors are telling you these numbers are going to affect your life, you're nearly diabetic or you are. You're nearly hypertensive or you are. You are not sleeping because you're carrying too much weight and snoring all night long. Maybe that's you as well. Maybe it's just your knees and your ankles and your hips hurt so much because you're carrying around too much weight. You can't keep up with your kids or your grandkids. You're tired all the time. Hey, I've been there. You know, we've all tried fad diets. I'll tell you, fad diets are just that. They're a fad. They come and go. Why? Because they're not made for you. A one-size-fit-all program, well, that's only one size. I know my size is a little bit different from yours. I know my history is a little bit different from yours, and that's why Dr. Torres has been so fantastic for me. I grew up an athlete. I'm used to being coached. I understand what coaching means and what coaches want from me. Dr. Torres will coach you hard. He will get you where you want to be if you want to go there. It's not the easiest thing I've ever done. It's the best thing I've ever done. I have literally changed my life with the guidance of the medical professionals at the Institute for Functional Health because they operate under the premise that everybody is different. You're not like anyone else, and no one-size-fit-all program will work. Your body, your genetics, your condition is unique to you, and the program that you go on should be based in medicine and also based in your history. It was for me. Changed my life. It's not about getting old. It's easy to say getting old stinks. It's easy to say, well, I'd be better if I wasn't taking all these prescription drugs. I'll tell you what, you start dropping the weight, maybe those prescription drugs will go away. If you're tired of being bloated, achy, and fat, it all stinks. You can get it fixed. Call the IFF today. Meet with Dr. Torres. Here's the number you need, 210-468-1891. I'll say it again, 210-468-1891. The number will change your life. Need more information? Go to their website, iffhealth.com, a wealth of information there. Take that functional health test. It'll open your eyes. Call Dr. Torres, meet the good folks at the IFF, and literally change your life. A newer, thinner, healthier you is just a couple of months away, and it'll stay off. Call Dr. Torres today. Get involved with the IFF, and thank me later.
Who's ready to play some ball?
Friday nights under the lights. Don't miss the high school football game of the week. Powered by Hill Electric. This Friday on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now opening at noon 7 days a week at all 4 area locations. Slackers is your home to 7 days a week happy hour, and they now start at noon every day. And by popular request, Slackers brings back their signature frozen drinks. Visit slackersbarsa.com for more info.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners to tell you they have the perfect solution for your family's complete water treatment. The top-of-the-line CareSoft Elite Plus 1 filter is an advanced 2-stage system built to protect your family from harmful contaminants that may be in your water. Right now, save $1,000 on the CareSoft Elite Plus 1 system while supplies last. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Learn more at alamowatersofteners.com. Again, the website, alamowatersofteners.com.
This is Rudy J of R&R In The Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or online at lawyerforus.com.
Your safety and full satisfaction is My Collision Center's top priority, using only original, not aftermarket parts at no extra cost to you. If you have an accident and you want direct factory parts at no extra cost to you, choose My Collision Center. Visit mycollisioncenters.com.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com.
Texas Rangers baseball.
Leo 1.
Joey looks to bunt toward third. Nobody there. Base hit, Joey Gallo.
Texas Rangers baseball happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Karl Schoening on your home for Texas Rangers baseball. San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Good morning. Welcome on to R&R in the Morning, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Do some quick housekeeping. Tomorrow, everybody on the Star's on the road. Tomorrow, well,
not us.
Not really.
But
we will be
we're
there.
going. We'll be there.
So halftime be going at Twin Peaks. That's Days of All and I 10, noon to 2. We'll show up, have all of our swag. We're going to be giving away gear. We got new gear. We got new stuff to give away as we are now the Star. We'll have tickets, Pitbull, Iggy Azalea. We'll have more of the passes to Malignant. And if you missed anything of the show, especially about 9 to about 9:20, go to wherever you partake of the video version of San Antonio Sports Star, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, wherever you need to watch this. We had a contortionist in, and we have play-by-play. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for that. Paradise Canyon is hosting a party on September the 11th, benefiting the Texas Rangers Museum. It's going to be really cool. Rudy's been out there. It's out on the beautiful Medina Lake. Benefits the Texas Ranger Association. We'll have tickets to give away for that. A lot of stuff going on this weekend.
Plenty.
You got
what's on tap.
You got your space reserved on the couch for Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday I'm not moving. I mean, I already put it on my wife's our little chat, because we're a lot more busy now. So, at the beginning of the week, I give her my schedule. Like, today got luncheon, tomorrow got football out at Hills and Dales, and Sunday I said nothing but football. So that's already put in my wife's chat, so she knows what's up.
It's hard to even imagine that we have finally made it to the NFL season. It kicks off tomorrow night right here on ESPN San Antonio. So we will not have a Zach Martin, at least as it appears. He's going to have to test negative today and tomorrow. I guess if you test negative today, the possibility is tomorrow. I don't think the Cowboys are hinging all of their hopes on Zach. I don't think that's how they sit. But we do know by the statement from Zeke, they all know exactly what Zach means to the team. Zeke calls him the best player on the team. And it's hard to argue against that.
Right.
Yesterday, everybody practiced. Lael Collins, that neck stinger from last weekend, seems to have recovered.
Thank goodness.
Oh, the idea of Lael going down. So everybody practiced yesterday. Tyneski was limited, but the expectation is he will be available. So not a lot of loss there. It looks like Tampa Bay's coming into the game completely healthy. Little concerned with one of their safeties, Whitehead, but for the most part, they are healthy as well. So it's going to be in ones-on-ones, the best possible fight. And
can Randy have a breakout year? Speaking of Randy Gregory,
I'm so glad you brought up Randy.
Took over DeMarcus Ware's number. When are you going to live up to number 94?
If it's not this year, it never will be.
I need to see it. I don't think it's too much to ask of me for Randy Gregory to have double-digit sacks. Considering that Jerry's giving you, you really a cat. He has 9 lives with Jerry Jones. It's not too much to ask that at some point you repay that man and get that man 10 plus sacks. That's not too much to ask of Randy. Or take that number 94 off. Because DeMarcus used to get 18, 15, 20.
That's a bold step to take over D-Law's number.
Yeah. DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah, take it off.
Take D-Ware's
Take
number.
it off.
That I appreciate that. And you've talked about his 9 lives. Now I've seen Randy Gregory at his best in practice, and when he's at his best, he is a literal monster.
Yeah.
But there's no more time to wait. This banana is already yellow.
It was green.
It was green for a while.
Green. That's if you go to Walmart. They're always green.
But this green banana spent a lot of time elsewhere. It is now yellow. There is no more time to wait for Randy Gregory.
It's time to eat, baby.
I would say that Randy Gregory, that defensive interior, and how Dan Quinn moves those mini athletic linebackers around will be the most important part that plays into the outcome of the game. I think that the Cowboys offense will be good, not great, just because they haven't had enough reps together. Lots of practice
You're
time.
just speaking on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just talking about just
okay,
tomorrow.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
expect 400 yards of offense tomorrow.
Okay.
I do expect a balanced attack and a healthy dose of Zeke. But and we talked earlier in the game, what's more important in your mind, the first quarter or the third quarter in game one? What for me, it is first 8 minutes of the game. Because the Cowboys last year stumbled out of the block every game. They were never in the lead. At best, they were hoping to be tied by halftime. And normally, they'd screwed up enough plays to where they were down by 14 points. And while we wanted to see the reaction and the fix to what the defense would do according to what they saw, it was more about how the hell are we going to put some points on the board? That's all that matters. Defense be damned. Go for turnovers, or kind of slow them down. But we need to get the offense on the field. And that was not the prescription. So to me, that interior defense and how they attack and keep Tom Brady in that pocket, are they making him step into it a little bit? Are they making him a little bit more nervous? Are they doing to the Bucs what the Bucs did to Mahomes the last time we saw them play by forcing their quarterback to make some decisions while moving? I think that'll make the biggest difference.
Good take. I forgot about stumbling. A lot of that, even when the few games that Dak played, they started off slow. So the slow starts is a great take, because remember that game against Atlanta, the only one that they had won before he was got hurt in that brutal injury. They did start out slow, so there's something to that.
And that is a matter of, I believe coaches can change that. I do believe a coach can affect the way you start a game, and of course the play calling. But that still felt like so much of the Jason Garrett had not been beaten out of the Cowboys last year, where it wasn't.
It wasn't that the remnants of the room hadn't left. It hadn't left. That stench was still there.
Because sometimes I know you need to have a short memory,
right?
In any athletic endeavor, in anything. If you screwed it up, it didn't go well, you can't think about it. But I do think there are times when you need to look back and go, why are we always behind why are we always a day late and a dollar short? It seems like a step slow. Why is that always the case? And I think that goes back to where Garrett was. This year, the expectation is that we have a little bit more time under Kellen Moore's offense. Dak Prescott has spent a lot more skull sessions in there, that at least the mental side of what the Cowboys want to do on offense is ingrained. Now, Dak's got to get his feet to catch up with his mind.
Right.
And I think that's going to be the stutter step as they start the game. And if they start fast and they can get themselves a lead and rely on Zeke, who's coming off his worst professional year.
Yeah, by far.
And, we focus so much on.
He checked out. When Dak got hurt, Zeke checked out. He was like, I'm not going to waste a year because running back's shelf life is short, right? So he's like, look, I'm not about to beat myself up in a year where we're not going anywhere.
That defense was also so god-awful, the run game didn't make much sense.
Yeah, there wasn't any
you were
room for
throwing
him.
because you're down every game.
If Zeke is a 1,800 total yards, 2,000 total yards, and keep in mind he's got 17 games to do it. That used to be a ridiculous number to aspire to.
Yeah,
but
it's possible.
I will say this: if we have a Zeke that's hovering around 2,000 total yards by the end of the season, the Cowboys are not just a playoff team; they're a juggernaut.
Okay, that's totally different. Absolutely,
because that tells me Zeke is closing the fourth quarter down, carrying the ball.
Yeah. And not only that, the other thing about that, Rob, is that means that they're using him a lot more in the pass game. If he to get to 2,000 total, that means he's probably caught 60 to 70 passes, which isn't, out of the norm. I mean, hell, they do it with McCaffrey. Zeke can catch. I just want Zeke to, hopefully the fumbleitis has been cured as well, because he went from never fumbling to fumbling three times a game. So I hope the fumbleitis has been cured.
That I will place with COVID.
Oh, yes.
I do believe that some of what we saw last year, but we can't
just weak. Yeah.
But apart from the fumbling, Zeke went from nearly untackleable. I mean, you could not. It took 3 dudes to get Zeke down the first 3 years he was in the league. He was that good. He had that low center of gravity. You gave him one cut, he would be gone. He went from that to being a guy that was indecisive.
Yeah, COVID does. You can get a negative test and still have lingering effects. And I think we saw it with a few players, not just Zeke. We saw it with a bunch of guys that, came back from it and they just didn't look right.
I think the further and further away we get away from it, and as players get healthier and healthier and can look at what they were going through, I think we're going to hear it from the basketball types. I don't think Derek White for the Spurs was ever the same after he came back from COVID. And it's not just physically. They talk about the brain fog where it just doesn't click the way that it used to be. I think as we see guys get healthy and they can really look back without anything other than a true assessment of what they went through. And I think even Cam Newton will say, man, that year that I had, that was awful. That wasn't me, even though still didn't get vaccinated.
Neither did Lamar.
Yeah. And you look back on how they performed. I do think that played a huge role. So all that being said, do the Cowboys have to be perfect to win tomorrow night? Or can they be?
No, it's been proven you don't have to be perfect. Tampa's really good football team. They won the Super Bowl. They got hot at the right time. But throughout the 17-game season, you could catch a team on an off night. So no, you don't ever have to be perfect, but they're going to have to be really good. But perfect, nah. Because again, we're all assuming that Tampa's just going to come out and Brady's going to go 33 of 35 and Leonard Fournette's going to have 150 and they're going to have 4 or 5 sacks. I don't know what Tampa team's coming out of that locker room tomorrow.
I know we don't have to worry about the running game. That's the one thing.
Their running game is trash. Watch them go for $190 tomorrow.
Go nuts. Yeah. A bunch of big wide receivers.
Right.
I don't know if that's. I think that's a more favorable matchup than the speedy types. But while we focused on Micah and the linebackers, the 8 linebackers that are on the roster. Remember the previous couple of years, the Cowboys' biggest question was DBs and safeties. Are you comfortable where we sit now? Diggs, second year, feeling a little bit more comfortable. Everybody else, I mean,
I'm not comfortable with any secondary if there's no pass rush. I base my secondaries and pass rush together because, again, it could be Darrell Green and Deion Sanders. If they're not getting any help from the guys on the line, they can be beat too. So to me, it's on Lawrence and Gregory to put those guys in position to make some plays. Because if Lawrence and Gregory gonna give the QB 7 seconds to throw, I don't care who's back there. But I am more comfortable with this team as a whole defensively than I was last year for sure. Just personnel wise, to answer your question. Yes.
Tomorrow we're gonna start something I've never done before. We're gonna do a survivor pool. Don't forget about Pro Football Pick'em. You can go to sasportstar.com. Get your picks in. $50 gift card to Pinkertons every week if you are a winner, and big money if you win the entire thing. Don't forget about halftime. Karl and I sit down at noon. The Blitz will be at 4, and tomorrow we will see at Twin Peaks and at Hills and Dells. Rudy and I are going to go practice. We promise to do better tomorrow. Hey, go check out the video stream today. We had a contortionist in studio. Enough said. We'll see you tomorrow.
Halftime on San Antonio Sports Star.
We have the Little League World Series on right here. I'm not